All right, welcome everybody to my mic keeps cutting in and out. I don't know what the hell is wrong with that. Anyways, welcome to a special presentation pre Super Bowl bash. Um, yeah, my mic is cutting in and out, Dougie. But Dougie's here. Happy birthday, Dougie! It's Dougie's birthday today. Dougie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. Okay.
What's going on, Dougie? How's your birthday so far, man?
Well, I was in bed, man, sleeping really good, just having a really good dream and everything. And then my phone rings and I pick it up and there's MLH. Hey, Dougie, you want to do a live right now? Talk before the Super Bowl. And I'm like, huh? What? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Be right there.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. It
I
wasn't.
know. I
It,
know.
it did. It wasn't. It wasn't yesterday. Dougie saying, "Hey, you want to do a pre Super Bowl show tomorrow?" It didn't happen like that. It happened just like that.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's my birthday, and I can say whatever I want.
That's right. That's right. Dougie, hang on one second. I'm gonna
And
try.
thank you all for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try fixing my mic, Dougie. Why don't you talk to Chap for a second?
Yeah. So, my birthday. What am I gonna do today? Well, I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. Um, in my recliner chair with Ringo, and I haven't decided whether I'm gonna have a pizza or I'm gonna have Chinese food. What would you guys want? Chinese food or a pizza, like a pepperoni pizza? And I don't have to worry because MLH won't be there, so I don't have to worry about pleasing the 49%, right? Yes, go Seahawks. Korean food. Uh, I don't think I've ever had Korean food, not that I know of, anyways. Pizza does go good for football. Yeah. Yeah, Seahawks. Looks like everybody's rooting for Seahawks. Becky, hello. I'm a little worried though because I'm telling you, New England, coming into hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
You here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just been
Okay.
listening to you struggle for the past couple minutes, Dougie.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's not who I am. I don't do this for a living.
Oh man, Barbara's here. Kimberly is here. Marth Morang is here. Who else is here? Barbara Budapest. This is gonna be great. Barbara says. Happy birthday, everybody's saying to you. Dougie Kells is in the house. What's up, Kells? Friday took me an extra 40 minutes to get home from work. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not too far from Santa Clara, right, Kimberly? NJS is in the house. Mick T's in the house. What's up, Mick T? Nice to have you here. Buttercup is here. Afila's here. Brenda Baldoff, welcome. Nice, always nice to see you, Brenda. Cinderella's in the house. Says happy birthday. Nanny's is here. What's up? Moses is in the house. What's up, Moses? Nice to have you here as always, and always thank you for the membership, Moses. I really appreciate that. Citizens Erase Muse is here. Poet is in the house. What's up, Poet? Pizza. I had Chinese yesterday. It's the opposite for me. I had pizza yesterday, so Chinese today, Dougie.
Who said that?
Poet said
okay.
said pizza because he had Chinese yesterday. Fila says pizza with mayo. No. Becky's in the house. What's up, Becky? She's cooking. What are you cooking, Becky? Cricket Cinema. I just want Big Bunny. Not sorry. Oh, Bad Bunny, you mean? The Journey is here. What's up, Journey? Nice to have you here. Look good and green, Journey. Who else am I missing? Faded Joe. Swancho is here. Nice to have you both here. Really appreciate you. Swancho says pizza. Sandy says pizza. I had pizza yesterday, though. I don't want pizza today. Catwoman's in the house. What's up, Cat?
Well,
Let's
I
see.
didn't ask you what you wanted. I was talking about myself, what I'm going to have today.
Well, excuse
Because
me.
it doesn't really matter, because I said it doesn't matter, about the 49%. So
Hey, let's get some Super Bowl predictions out of the way, Dougie. I'll start with you. What are you thinking, Dougie?
well, I think Seattle. I want Seattle, but it's New England. There's just a bit of them that worries me, and I'll tell you why if you want to hear it.
Not really, but I guess you're gonna lay it on us, Dougie.
Well, I mean, I don't have to tell you. I mean, just
No,
leave it
no,
at
no,
that.
no, no. By all means, Dougie, it's your birthday. I'll indulge you just today.
All right. Well, one, just with the coaching, New England has a lot more experience with their coaching on their side than what Seattle does. Not putting Seattle's head coach down, because I like him and everything. He's a real good coach. But, New England has that Belichick edge to them, because, I mean, even though it's not Belichick, I mean, it's the same offensive coordinator that Belichick had for all those years. And then Vrabel, he's pretty much Belichick's defensive person, of what he's instilling in that team. And New England, they didn't have the best defense in the regular season, but in the playoffs, they were ranked like number one. And so, it's that's the part that's, to me, if I'm a Seattle Seahawk fan, that's a little concerning, is that. And you got 2 weeks to prepare. And if they find some kind of weakness or something and capitalize on it, it just, I don't know. But it also gives Seattle 2 weeks to prepare too. So,
Yeah. So what's your score, Dougie?
Oh boy. I think it's going to be probably like 28-24 Seattle.
Huh. You have it pretty close. I have it Seattle 37, New England 20. Because their offense is just not playing great this postseason. It's not nearly as good as it was during the regular season, Dougie.
That's true.
The Patriots,
but they're still able to make the big plays and score what they need. So I don't know. But yeah, and Seattle's defense is just flying. Their defense reminds me a lot of the defense that they had back, their last Super Bowl run.
Swancho says, "Go Pats! It helps when the quarterback is taken out." LOL. It sure does, Sandy. I mean, it sure does. I mean, we wouldn't be talking about the Patriots right now if that didn't happen. But hey, it is what it is. They should. I mean, look, it's next man up, even if it's the quarterback, right? So I give the Patriots credit. They came in, they did their business, they won the game, and they moved on. That's it. But I don't see them winning this game, Dougie. I don't see any scenario other than they lose the turnover battle where they win. Barbara says
they will too, but you can't count out that experience on that staff, and they got 2 weeks to come up with a plan. And it's not like you're playing. It's not like in the NFL. I mean, in the NBA, where you're playing, 7 games, or in the National League Baseball, playing 7 games. It's just one game, and anything can happen in one game. I mean, New England can come out with something that Seattle's not even expecting, and kind of by the time Seattle figures it out, the damage has been done. We've seen that kind of stuff happen. So what I'm trying to say, because everybody's like, oh, Seattle, because what I'm hearing here in my neck of the woods, oh, Seattle's going to kick their butt. Seattle's going to kick their butt. And it's like, dude, New England's got that pedigree. You can't sell them short like that. You got to give them some respect.
I can sell them short. I can sell them short because they got lucky. No, look, I agree with you, Dougie. It's a one-game thing, but I think Seattle's just got too much offense, man. And I know that New England's defense has been playing better during the postseason, but I just don't see them keeping that up against that offense, man. Seattle's offense all season long, including playoffs, has just been kicking ass, man. I mean, they're just really good, man. I mean, we've seen the Super Bowl play out before, where you have a really good defense, which Seattle does, and it's supposed to be New England's offense that's really good, and they've been kind of exposed in these playoffs as not being quite as good as advertised. And I think all that adds up to a Seattle cruising to a victory. I just don't see it happening.
He just doesn't like New England. And the one thing that I've learned about MLH is when he doesn't like a team, he won't give them any credit of any sort of anything.
Not true. I just did give them credit. They came into Denver and they won. Their defense played lights out, just like our defense played, and their defense was slightly better. That's it.
Then you said because they got lucky.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been getting lucky all season long, Dougie. I mean, I don't see how anybody could see it any other way, man. I mean, that most of their victories were one-score games that easily could have went the other way. Same could be said for Denver, but I look at it as if not for Drake May having the season he did, I mean, they would be nowhere near where they are. But I mean, that's what it takes. It takes good quarterback play to get to the big game. That's it. I'm in Massachusetts. Cricket Cinema says I had no clue they were playing. In addition to getting Bad Bunny wrong, somebody get Cricket uphill. Cricket. Yeah, the halftime show is going to be fun for sure. Let's talk about that, Dougie. What's your all-time favorite commercial from because I'm one that I don't watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, but I think it's like a weird phenomenon that like most people watch it's a fact. Most people watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, which is the weirdest thing to me,
like my ex-wife, it was always this, she wouldn't watch any any football all season long until it was Super Bowl, and it was because of the commercials. And then like when I would be dating a lady, same thing. And then a lot of guys that I would work with and stuff, some guys just weren't into football, but they'd watch the Super Bowl because of the commercials.
Yeah, and
the commercials are pretty good. I mean, I will say there's some really good commercials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, I think about that, and I'm like, I watched the Super Bowl for the game, not the commercials.
I did too. But I will say, during the Super Bowl, the commercials are a lot nicer to watch than during the regular season.
Yeah, Barbara says ChatGPT going to win the Super Bowl. Pinche Becky says, I watched the Super Bowl for the food. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to have today, y'all. I have to decide on that before the end of the show. Maybe you guys can help me. Definitely not going to be pizza because I had pizza yesterday. And if you hear these kids like yelling there, I have my window open because I have to. It's too hot in here. And oh boy, it's like one of those days. But anyways, yeah, I definitely, I mean, I don't know. I could not watch the commercials and be okay. You know what I mean? Let's see.
I always like the Budweiser commercials with the horses.
Those are cool. Those are cool. Buttercup says, shh, I check out the men in tights. Tights, Buttercup, like Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I love that movie, man. It's so funny. Yeah,
She's talking about the tight ends.
yeah, the tight ends. Or what about the wide receivers, Doug? I'm with Becky. I watch for the food also. I agree, Brenda. I mean, that's the best part of the whole thing.
Man, I watch it for the whole thing. I just absorb it all in.
Yeah.
In my household, it was always kind of treated like Thanksgiving or something.
It is.
My mom would fix this big, like a Thanksgiving type meal, and we'd just be all excited. I remember waking up and turning on the TV and watching all the pre-Super Bowl hype stuff. Like, gosh, man, ESPN back in the day, you turn it on and you could watch. They'd have, remember those NFL film highlight shows that they had back in the day?
Oh, those are the best, Dougie.
Yeah, and they had those where they would go through all the Super Bowls from the very first one all the way up till it was time to play the next Super Bowl. And oh, dude, that would just get me so amped and so pumped for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
God, man. Yeah. I mean, I can. God, dude, can you just smell the grass right now and feel it right now?
It's
that
Dougie,
smell when you're on the field, dude. It's just
every Super Bowl you get that feeling. If you're a hardcore sports fan, like the Super Bowl is just that day, Dougie, it's just
and remember the feeling when you showed up, because I remember, even when you woke up, dude, you had that feeling in your stomach, like this is the day it's happening.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like a feeling like you knew you're going to get in a fight that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you knew like this is the day it's going to happen. You'd wake up and you're just kind of, and then you eat, you don't just pig out like you normally do. You kind of eat, I remember eating a lot of like not vegetables, but fruits and stuff, just kind of light. And then showing up to the school and going into the locker room if it was a home game. Even if there was a away game, we still had to go in the locker room, but you'd go in the locker room and then, that smell in the locker room, because, basically not everybody took their shit home and washed it every week. So that locker room could smell pretty rank.
Yeah.
But dude, but still the smell, you'd go in there and you'd smell that and you'd hear the chatter, but the chatter wasn't like it was like during practices. It was a little quiet. There was talking, but everybody's kind of like they're in a different mood. They know it's game day, and you go in there and you start putting your gear on and stuff. And then the coach would walk in and he'd say his bit and get y'all pumped up and stuff. And then after the coach left, it was usually one of the players, one of the top guys, and every team had, a couple of them, at least one guy that would get everybody pumped up, rallied up. And then we just leave the locker room all pumped up and get out in the field. And I did. That was, and then you're just waiting for that first play. And after that first play is over, then the rest of the game is easy. It's just after that first play, you just had to get that first play out of the way. And then
Queen Gangster Granny is here. What's up, Queen Gangster Granny? Citizens Erase Muse says Chumley and David B to run counter programming chat during halftime show. Is that true, Citizen Erased? I mean, that would be funny as fuck. I mean, if you want to go to sleep, I mean, then just listen to those two. I mean, that's Brenda says the only thing is most of the men in those tights suffer from no dick at all disease. Is the Super Bowl on today? Yes, it is. Swancho says, I have meatballs in the crock pot and bread rolls are rising. Smells wonderful. Ah, man, that sounds good. Pinche Becky says the husband has been a huge Seahawks fan since 1986. He was getting calls congratulating him when they won the championship like he was the owner. Did you play MLH? Did you play football? For a very short time, Keeper, I was a running back. I wasn't tall enough to do anything else. but I messed up my knee playing tennis of all things. I had already won a gold medal, a national gold medal in tennis, and so I was prioritizing tennis. And I was playing a match against a really good player, and I man I wrecked my knee in
Yeah.
that match.
He slipped on the mayonnaise that dripped out of the burrito that he
Yeah,
was eating
exactly.
there in
Yeah,
between
I was
sets.
eating a mayonnaise burrito while I was playing, and
Oh, while you were playing, I thought it was
yeah.
in between sets.
Oh
Oh, okay.
no. I mean,
Well,
dude, come
that
on.
takes talent, to do that
Yeah,
and play tennis at
exactly.
the same time. I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah. Liquid Silk is in the house. What's up, Liquid Silk? Nice to have you here. Counter Kid Rock concert. I'm not a big fan. I've seen Kid Rock in concert before. He's actually really good. But I mean, between Bad Bunny and Kid Rock, I'll take Bad Bunny any day of the week. Brenda says we are having barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese baked beans. Man,
Yeah,
that sounds
yeah.
interesting. Sounds
Well,
good, Brenda.
yeah, head over their house.
Fila says, "Oh wow, MLH! I just finished watching the Australian Open." Fila, I'm a huge tennis fan. I love tennis. My favorite player of all time is Roger Federer. I like Pete. I liked Pete Sampras when he was going strong. I love Mexican tennis player keeper, and that was a good one too. Fila, I love tennis. I love tennis. I can't get enough tennis, man. I really do. That's like a Jamaican bobsledder keeper says.
God,
Yeah,
that movie was so hilarious
it was
with
good. It
John
was good.
Candy. Oh man.
Look at this. Hawk fan is in the house. He says, "Hey, oh, today's the day to right the wrong. 0 passes inside the 1." I agree, Hawk fan. Just run the
Yeah,
damn thing.
yeah,
Run it.
I agree.
Yeah, run
That's
it.
what I said last live. I said I wonder the net in this Super Bowl if Seattle's at the end of the game, they're down by less than a touchdown, and they're down on the 1. Are they going to pass or are they going to run it this time?
Just run it. Run it. Run it. Run it. Okay, so let me get to the elephant in the room. I'm not really going to get into what happened last night, although it was lit on the YouTube streets, Dougie. It was something else. Not
Yeah,
really going to comment on any of that.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
have my reasons. I don't trust everything that I'm seeing right now, y'all, and neither should you. So just what I'm saying to everybody is just hang back and watch and enjoy the show. You know what I mean? So if you're expecting like this to be an analysis of what happened yesterday, I caution you. Where can I get the scoop? All right, I'll give you the scoop, Kels. And correct, maybe somebody like who KT or um hey KT PETA, I'm glad you're here. Can you please set the record straight for Drifter who keeps bothering me, KT, about and I've had to ban her from chat because she came in the chat with all kinds of bullshit. I mean, who's your friend, KT PETA? Am I your friend? Are we friendly? I mean, let's set the record straight here, KT, in this chat, if you wouldn't mind. Make sure you let Drifter know who what the score is with you and I. We're not enemies, right? I'm not. I've been supportive of you. I've been supportive of your GoFundMe and stuff, even against my better judgment, because I don't normally do those things. So let Drifter Shelley know in chat, KT, who is your friend and who has helped you. All right, because she's making me look really bad, KT PETA. Yeah, Brenda, it was lit yesterday. So let me give you a quick rundown of what happened. Maybe Afila can correct me if I'm wrong because I didn't see all of it, but I saw clips. Basically, Dingaling is no longer a fan of Sticker Chick, and
No.
Sticker Chick put out a post that was pretty biting. David B.
Oh,
David B is still salty that sticker chick told him to fuck off twice. I mean, he's so salty. He was gonna expose me yesterday, didn't end up happening. David B, that is.
oh.
Anne Marie is in the house. What's up, Anne Marie? Did I get everything pretty much right? What am I
And I
missing?
missed that episode of As the World Turns yesterday. Darn it.
Yeah, it was as the dumbasses continue their bullshit, Dougie. So
It's just a freaking soap opera over there. I
yeah.
mean, you know, we're over here in the sunshine and the light and man, just enjoying life, laughing with at whatever we're laughing, we're having fun. Over there, man, they're just wow. They're just really having a drag, aren't they?
Fila says I saw MS all caps is now on the bad actors, only a matter of time. Who else was Maui's a bad actor? Um,
Well,
there's a few
I
of
mean,
them. And
we all knew it was going to happen. It's only a matter of time.
yeah, Kels. Yeah, I mean, you look, yeah, you're right. You pretty much missed nothing. I mean, this is why I'm not addressing it. First of all, I'm not dumb enough to buy the bait.
No,
Because I've done that before and been burned. I mean, there have been
no.
ruses before. So, Minion 52 is a bad actor. Apparently, Tricky says, yeah, there's a
We'll,
few of them.
we'll just sit back and watch how this all plays out.
Yep.
And how this all plays out will tell us what the truth is.
Yeah, and I don't understand. Like one thing that I did catch Scott saying that was pretty priceless, Dougie, was he was talking about how I was watching chat and I was watching who was agreeing with you know people wanting people to get raped and Maui was in there and she was okay with ZDT and blah blah blah. I'm like, you're all fucking crazy. You're all fucking crazy. That's
Mm-hmm.
just it.
Mm-hmm.
Beachcomber says the real tea is Chumley has a spy in SC's Discord, and he got a screenshot of all the grannies who were dissing him. It was tragic. Oh, Beachcomber. Oh, Beachcomber.
So are the grannies starting to? Is he starting to lose some of the grannies by unnatural causes?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm having the best of time with it just from afar. Like I said, I'm not gonna get, as they say, get into the mud, and I'm just gonna let them cannibalize themselves. That's it. Go for it. Now it's Scott
Yeah.
versus EDT and Starchy and Starchy versus Scott. I mean, look,
Man, I
it's a
think
big
it's a good
fucking
time
mess.
for some KPL5 sporting events, some Friday night boxing matches.
Maybe, man. But who would win that match, man? Like who really would win that
Oh,
match, man?
I don't know, man. Sticker chick versus DOA.
Kel says magically tragic. I love what you did there, Kels. The grannies are rolling around in the mud. Tricky says. Welcome on in, by the way, Tricky Trixie. No, I'm not biting, Dougie. I mean, look, this could be all a ruse for all I know.
No.
It is what it is. It
Yeah.
is interesting. I will say that it is.
Yeah.
Scott's channel hasn't been this interesting since the last DT we did to make his content actually palatable, Dougie. So KT says on my end, I privately emailed and talked about it and expressed to leave it alone a while ago. I will say that much. Okay, KT. I'm just saying, KT, like it's been really, really irritating. Like a lot of times in my email, she did it. She did it in my stream. She's trying to embarrass me, and it's completely wrong. I've had your back, KT. I think you know that, right? So I just want to set the record straight. Like this is not me ignoring you or anything like that. I mean, honestly, KT, I mean, we've had a good relationship as far as like, YouTube and stuff goes. So I want to keep it that way. I don't want her distracting from what the real mission is. And the real mission is to see, and they talked about this yesterday on David B's, Dougie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he was gonna expose me with some type of stream that he had, but he got interrupted, and I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, he was talking about how I'm vile. I'm vile. MLH is so vile.
Oh, you are. You're the worst on this panel for sure.
Yeah. No, I look, honestly, KT, I'm not blaming you, but I mean, come on, it has to be put to an end at some point. And the only person that can put an end to it is you, because I can speak to the high heavens about it, and it is what it is. But now that you got that out there, PETA, I hope Drifter is looking and watching and understands that's not how things go with me. And I'm not going to be pressured by her or anybody else. See, this is a tactic that Blue Marlin tried on me to get me to talk about ZDT for some weird reason. Like I'm fucking Captain Sabaho for everybody, which I am not. I can't take up everybody's fucking cause. I get 50 million emails. I get all kinds of texts, all this shit. I'm but one person, and my mission right now is to make sure that Scott goes to jail. Are you listening, David Z? David Boring? I think that's what the B in your name means, because you are extremely boring. Your voice puts everybody to sleep. At least Whitesnake has this whiny voice that is semi.
My name's Whitesnake. Hi, guys.
Oh, you mean this guy?
Yeah. Don't make fun of how I talk. I just missing a tooth. That's all.
Well, I just thought it was a gap. I
think it's a gap to put a tube. He see, Whitesnake doesn't like boofing in his ass, so he figured he'd boof in his mouth. So that gap there, so he can stick the hose into his mouth from the funnel and just
he does a reverse boof, man.
Yeah, he just he's just not into the butt stuff, and so he figured he'll do it that way. The only thing is he'll take the funnel straight from Chum-Li after he's done the butt stuff, and he sticks it right in his mouth. Doesn't worry about cleaning it off. But
I guess that's why his teeth are the way they are.
Yeah, well, I'm not a dentist, so I can't speak for that. But yeah, just be careful. That's all I can say.
KT, yeah, KT. Let me address this. She did this publicly, KT. So I think you can now do it publicly. Okay? That's what I'm saying. She took it public. It wasn't a behind the scene. She tried with email, and I let her know that we're friends and we, all that stuff. So now, KT, the onus is on you to handle it publicly, because she took it public, right? And I agree. I like to handle things privately too. If somebody has a problem with me, they can address it with me. But if I took it public, if I had said something about you, KT, on the stream, which I never have, I've always said very good things about you, KT. I would expect that you would want like maybe an apology in public. And I'm not saying you need to apologize, but I think that type of rhetoric, if I saw that, KT, I would address it. I'd go straight to your Rumble or your YouTube, and I would go and I would say, hey, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. I would do it public. That's just me. But anyways, getting back to this David B thing, Dougie. I mean, first of all,
and David B, huh?
Yeah, Snaggletooth and David B. But at least with Snaggletooth, I mean, he's at least kind of funny to listen to because of his voice. He's got this little boy voice that at least isn't droning and you want to fall asleep every 5 seconds.
No, man, he just I don't know. Something about him and she just makes me want to go watch Shark Week.
Yeah.
But
MLH,
sharks, when they lose a tooth, they got one to pop right back in there.
Jay Chucky, who I believe is in somehow form or fashion drifter. I've never seen you promote KT's links. Really, Jay Chucky? I went okay. So a long time ago. First of all, KT's link has been in here plenty of times. Jay Chucky, all right. I don't think you're Jay Chucky, but you're a drifter, I believe, or some iteration, some simp for drifter. I have A, and B. I've made it a point to not promote any GoFundMe's, but I did at one point go against my better judgment and specifically said, go and support KT PETA's GoFundMe. So, yeah. If you don't like that fact, that is a fact, then see your way out. I don't know what to say. You don't have to be a dentist to know Whitesnake's teeth are a toxic Superfund site. Well, I mean, just look.
That's a good one.
I mean, look. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I mean, this encompasses. You could take his grin and you could put it on any. Take that. If somebody do it, take that picture there and put it on any jack-o'-lantern and tell me if it doesn't fit. Go ahead. Feel free. Oh man, sounding like Scott's chat now. No. This is not Scott's chat. This is my chat, Linda. This is a much better chat. I'm just addressing things that need to be addressed. Let's see. I kind of like this though. This is my favorite, Dougie, the social distancing one. 6 feet of gap, man. Is that a real photo of the teeth? Yes, Kels. This is okay. So let me put this up on the screen. This is him. This is him. Hold on. This is him.
Hi.
This was him when he tried to act like me. He got a wig because he's balding, right? He got a wig and a hat, and he put on glasses, and he tried to act like me, right? So I lifted this picture. Look at those teeth. Okay. All I did was take a screen of those teeth and I superimposed them on a jack-o'-lantern. Now anybody can do that. You can take that portion and put it on any jack-o'-lantern and it fits. Trust me, I put it on probably 3 or 4 before I decided on this one. This was the funniest one. You can do that yourself. You can put them on anyone, any jack-o'-lantern, and it fits. Whitesnake's teeth. Say you don't care about yourself without saying it. I agree.
Well, and it fits perfectly for Super Bowl Sunday because I think there are going to be some field goals kicked during this game.
Do you think how many? Okay, so let me ask you over under on how many field goals kicked because I think there's going to be quite a few, Dougie.
Yeah, I think. I think anywhere between, I think around 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think the over-under is 5, Dougie. And I'm going to put mine at over. I'm going to put mine at over. Over 5 field goals will be kicked in this game. I think Seattle's defense is pretty damn good, Dougie. Yeah. They were in the top 5 all season long.
Yeah.
And like you said, New England's defense has definitely been playing better in the playoffs.
Yeah, and in the playoffs, not regular season.
Yeah,
but in the playoffs, they're top ranked.
And it's weird. Their offense was like near the top all season long, and they've been non-existent. This
I think that yeah. Well, I mean, look, when you get into the playoffs, the refs call the game differently. They allow you to play better. To play the game. They allow the wide receivers and the defensive backs to tangle more than they normally do. They just let the game get a little more physical than it typically does, and that makes a difference, you know.
Yeah.
And then And then you have teams, I mean, like that's why I'm saying New England, by coming into the playoffs and stepping up like they did, that right there, how their defense stepped up like that, to me, that's coaching. He got them prepared. He got them ready for the playoffs. They're playing really good defensively. Offensively, you know,
I don't know what happened.
I think the stress. I mean, dude, you know, it's a lot tougher to play the game now offensively. Your timing is going to be off because now your guys are getting bumped and you don't have as much time. I mean, it's just now everything's different. It's harder. That's why I always said, and when you get into the playoffs, when I've said this to you, when you get in the playoffs, defense is what wins games.
Yeah.
I mean, defenses will travel. Defenses, you know, offenses, things can throw them off. And, you know, and that's why then when that happens, you need a good running game, which New England does have a good running game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They got that guy.
I can't think of his name, but he's good. And then Seattle has a good running game, but their best running back, he's out for the season, so they're relying on their backup guy, which is not bad. He's a good guy, but I don't think they got much behind him. I can't remember who they have behind him. Are you even here, MLH, or did you just drop off? Okay.
Yeah, you got to check out the private chat. Every once in a while, my mic cuts out, Dougie.
Okay.
It's just a mic issue, that's all. If your defense and offense is very well in tune, you're going to win, Brenda says. Yeah, it's
unless the other team is more in tune than you are.
Shoulda, coulda, would have been the Broncos, but it's not the Rams. Yeah, well, you know. Could have been, Becky. Could have been fun for me, especially. But well, it's still going to be fun. What's your favorite Super Bowl of all time, Dougie?
Mine?
Yeah.
It would have to be the 72 Super Bowl when the Miami Dolphins had their undefeated season.
Yeah. My favorite Super Bowl of all time was the
first Denver Broncos championship when Elway led them down the field and they went ahead and scored with that with Terrell Davis. But remember, most people remember the helicopter play where, you know, Elway was damned if he wasn't going to get that first down and continue the drive.
Yeah, well, that play right there really changed the momentum because if you remember right, the other team, who were they playing?
Green Bay. They were playing.
Yeah. If you remember, Green Bay was kind of they were grasping the momentum. And when Elway did that, by him doing that, it just fired the rest of the team up, and that's what catapulted them, I felt, into, you know.
I just got a gift from Sandy. Let me show you. You guys want to see an updated picture of Whitesnake? Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody? All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's where are you at? Window. This is the latest picture of Whitesnake, everybody. Pay attention to the teeth.
I don't know, man. That's too cute for him, man.
Well, I mean, just look at the teeth, though, man.
I know.
Perfect.
The teeth part, which is the scary part. If it wasn't for the teeth, it'd be a cute thing. But then you look at the teeth, and it's like, hey.
All right, let me address this real quick, and then I'm moving on from this subject, Charlene. MLHKT does so much to support you. I wish you would do the same to support her back. Just all you got to do, Charlene, is ask KT how much I support her. That's all you got to do. Ask her who gave her a Christmas present this past Christmas. Ask her who donated to her fund, Charlene. Why don't you ask her those questions before you come into this chat and start shit? Okay. The feeling, look, we support each other. Is that a possibility, Charlene? Is that a possibility? The fuck out of here. I'm not dealing with any more of that. No more comments on that. No more. But look at that. That looks exactly like Whitesnake, I think, man. They got that. It is a little too cute for it, but they did get the hair right,
Yeah,
although a little bit too much, a little bit too much. They definitely got the teeth right. And I think, what are these called? They're called fugglers. Fugglers. Fugglers.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, that was my favorite Super Bowl, Dougie, is the first one that Denver won. Because that whole game was a dogfight, man. I mean, that the offensive lines were fantastic in that game, Dougie.
Yeah.
That's what people don't
That was
that game.
because before all the Super Bowls leading up to that Denver had been in, it was their passing, and they were kind of a one-dimensional offensive team, and which worked in the AFC. But once you got playing in the Super Bowl against the NFC teams, in those days they were more physical. They had the more physical defenses, so that one-dimensional passing game that was being played in the AFC at that time didn't work going against the NFC. So when Denver in that Super Bowl, Denver wasn't like the old Denver teams in the past. They actually had a running game. They were the physical team, not the finesse team.
Yeah.
And that's why I like Denver. That was a good Denver team.
Yeah. Yeah. Terrell Davis, an all-time great, obviously, man. I think a very, very underrated. So I think he's probably top 3 backs of all time, man. Just
oh, dude, no, dude, no.
You got to be kidding me, man.
No, I can name 3 right off the bat. Jim Brown, right?
Yeah, Jim Brown,
number 1. Okay, number 2 is the guy that played for Detroit Lions,
Barry Sanders.
Sanders. All right.
And then I have Terrell Davis.
Number 3 is going to be the guy that has led the NFL in the most yards gained in a single season. He played for the Rams, then he played for the Colts.
And that's where you're talking about Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson. Number 3.
Yeah. Terrell Davis, number 3, in my opinion.
No. I can name several running backs in all of football that were better than Terrell Davis. I'm not putting Terrell Davis down, but you can't name him.
I think he's top
3. You're going off of naming him number 3 because you're a fan.
I'm naming him because of the amazing seasons that he had. Remember, Dougie, Terrell Davis was the second person in NFL history to have a 2,000-yard season. People forget that.
Yeah, but dude, I still.
Yeah, but
he's not number 3. He's not number 3.
Well,
dude,
in my opinion,
in all of NFL, all the years that he's number 3. No,
yes,
no, he's not.
I feel he is. He is. That's my opinion.
No.
But I do agree with you on Jim Brown and Barry Sanders for sure. And you know what? I almost would put Barry Sanders first, Dougie. If not for him not having.
Dude, you look at their stats. Jim Brown is number 1. There's nothing comes close to Jim Brown.
Yeah. Well, yardage wise, Emmitt Smith is far and away the leader, Dougie. I mean, he's
you look at what he averaged in a season. You look at the touchdowns. You look at all that he did, and dude, dude, Jim Brown. You got you sit here and what about Derrick Henry?
What about
he's a great dude. I'd rather have Derrick Henry than your dude.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance. And I like Derrick Henry quite a bit. Let's see. What else are we looking at here? We need a raincoat to watch DOA's last stream. He could not stop himself from spitting all over his friends. Oh, yeah. Well, look, Drifter Wars.
Well, the NFL, they have Jim Brown, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders. That's who they have.
I would put Walter Payton in the top 5 for sure. Brenda says my favorite Super Bowl was the '85 Bears. Yeah, that was a great Super Bowl team, Brenda.
If you were a Bears fan, it was.
Yeah, I know. If you were a Patriots fan, that wouldn't hurt. Oh man. DOA called out Sticker Chick multiple times for being such a hypocrite and the soft touch. Well, I mean, that's hypocrisy in its own right, Drifter Wars. Soft touch who can dish out but can't take it when it happens, sir. I heard that, Drifter Wars, but like I said before, I'm not addressing it really because I mean it could all be a ruse for all we know, you know. Yeah, and Wendy says it too, or as I've seen before, it's a tactic to raise the grift. I mean that's happened time and time again, right, Wendy? I mean that's kind of what they do. They have to manufacture. And Brenda is a Bears fan, by the way, Dougie. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Barbara says my favorite Super Bowls were all the ones the KC Chiefs won. You mean the 3, Barbara? The 3 that you guys won? We're equal with you, Barbara. Actually, the Raiders have 3.
I rooted for the Chiefs in all 3 of those Super Bowls.
I didn't. They're in our division.
I like Mahomes. I think
I like Mahomes, but I just can't root for him,
man. I'd die to have Mahomes on my team. The first time I seen him play, the first year I seen him play in the league, because I didn't watch him in college. Yeah. So the first I got to see him was with the Chiefs. And dude, he was like throwing the football like a shortstop or something, just all those angles and stuff. And I'm just like, and he was accurate with it, because usually in the past, if you've seen the quarterback doing that, in desperation but no, man, he was like nailing them, and I was just like, holy cow, this guy. And then when he's running to his left and he switched over to his left hand, he threw it left-handed. Yeah, I'm like, holy cow, this guy's got some talent.
Yeah, and then other people have tried that and it just doesn't work, man.
No, but you are starting to see the younger quarterbacks coming out of college now that are starting to do that are mimicking him, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something for you guys. Hold on.
No, please don't.
In real time. Stop it, Dougie. I mean, we had the picture of the fugly thing, where whatever that is, you know, that fugly, whatever you call it, you know. There's that. I'm going to I'm going to prove to you that you could put that mouth on that fugly, you know, White Snake's mouth, and it fits perfectly. Hold on. Almost done here. I just got to do this.
And you know what you need to do after you do this? You need to do one where there's a football going in between his teeth, like
a field goal thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold on. I shall do that. But let's do this, man. There's no difference at all. Hold on, let me just do this a little bit. I'm gonna prove to you guys you can do this. There we go. And let's share this. Download. You remember the picture that I showed you of the fugly thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me download this. And here we go. Now I did this in real time, y'all. Tell me if this doesn't look good. All right. Let's get this off the screen. Let's add. You guys are going to laugh. All right, here we go. What do you think?
Doesn't look any different to me.
It's the same, right? It's the same. That's what I'm saying. It's the same.
There's a little less hair around the mouth. That's all.
Yeah, a little less hair around. Well, no, there's a little patch there. You can see it, like right there. Yeah. So it's just different color, you know. He did it with Chi while David B was her bestie and was still her mod. Yep. That's what I'm saying, Drifter. You can't get into all that. Always a KC Chiefs fan. Barbara says, yeah, and you should. Barbara, you live there. I live here in Denver, so I'm I love the Broncos. And all my favorite Super Bowls were the ones where they won, obviously. No, my favorite was definitely the first one because it was actually a good game, and it had a lot of strategy and good plays, and it's up there. It's in the top 10 greatest Super Bowls of all time, for sure. I like how Nannies calls dumbass slob. I love that. The slob new sticky chunk was an unstable attention slag a year ago. Well, they've been friends for years, Nannies. So that's what makes me think that this is all a big time ruse. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Look,
We've had this kind of stuff come out of their camp before in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe it is real. We'll find out. Like I said, just sit back and watch. I got my popcorn and my soda pop and my milk duds. I'm kicking back watching.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. It's all you got to do.
The truth shall prevail.
Yeah, I mean, look, it'll come out regardless if it was real or not. ZDT has become besties with SS, and he did go to court for stalking Solomon. Well, that's true. And he did some good legal maneuvering. He got himself into a mental health facility. I've talked about it before, and it's taken care of. I mean, that's justice. That's our justice system. So you just gotta, grin and bear it. I guess grin and bear it like Whitesnake here. We called this a while ago. The court is coming soon. I agree, Buttercup. Look. That's the thing. Look, all this is just distractive stuff and stirs up their base. That's all it's doing. It just gets everybody riled up. It gets attention focused on them, and the only attention that I want to pay attention to right now is his court date and what's going on with this court date. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, you notice how excited and everything he gets when he's talking about other people.
Oh, I know.
But when it's about him, oh gee, guys, he's just, he doesn't like it when the subject is him, other than if it's about him in a good way, like building him up and talking about how great he is and stuff. But I don't know. I just always kind of find it funny that he gets really excited. Man, it's like he's getting a stiffy or something every time he's, something's happening in his neck of the woods. Somebody is all of a sudden a bad actor and stuff. Man, he loves that stuff. He eats it up. Yeah. Man, that's like candy to him. Man, that's like crack, man. He can't get enough of it. He's addicted to that crap.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's just a situation where they look. David B talks about getting into the mud because Scott's been saying that. I'm not going to get into the mud with those pigs. Which where did he get pig? I call him pig all the time because he's a pig, right? It just. People say this all the time, not just people close to me, but he wants to wear my skin, and just it just the way that it is, man.
We're so far in his head that he's accidentally saying our words in his mouth.
Yeah, he watches us so much that he starts. It's the opposite effect. I know you talked about this before, Dougie, where we've been we've been researching and doing the hard work for 10 months now.
Yeah,
almost 10 months. And that psychology starts to seep into your speech where you yourself are starting to get a speech impediment and stutter and all this type of shit. But it also works the other way around. You know what I mean? So it works with him. He says things that we say all the time on the show, and it's actually kind of a fun dichotomy from our point of view. Not so much from us like stuttering and stuff, Yeah, Dingaling, we know you secretly love DT. That's the thing.
What it does for me is when I see him doing stuff like this, where he, says something, repeats something that we've said, but he repeats it like he's saying it, like it's his words, and what it does for me is it just validates that what we're doing is getting to him, that we're getting through to him.
Yeah.
Because if we were doing this and he wasn't listening, never watched us, nothing, just nothing. It's just falling on dead airspace.
Well, I mean, I think I'd rather listen to Dead Airspace than David B.
Yeah. But I mean, like we were talking the other day about Reddit, because I don't read it. I don't check it out. I could really care less what goes on over there, because it's out of my world. It's out of my life. What do I care? Yeah. So it's kind of the same with this, man. If it's not on your radar, if you're not seeing it, if it's doesn't exist, then what does it matter? What are you doing then?
Let me give you a preview of what's going to happen tomorrow, y'all, on DT. Dougie's got a great ad. I'll give you a little hint as to what mine is. It's going to be called Leprechaun 2. All right, Leprechaun 2. So that'll give you a little preview as to what's going on tomorrow.
I want a bowl of Lucky Charms now.
Well, just for the luck of the leprechaun, Dougie, or
I just got a craving for freaking Lucky Charms all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I haven't had Lucky Charms in years, man.
Drifter War says, MLH, speaking of pig and mud, did you hear him say the pedicurist spent ages cleaning out the dirt from under his toenails, and he hardly showers and takes a month to put sheets on his bed? Ugh.
God. Oh my gosh. I feel sorry for the lady that has to clean him up like that. Yeah. Could you imagine being down there? You're bent over, working over his feet. You're getting the stench of all that dirt and grime that's been on his feet. Because if it's that, it took her that long to dig all that crap out of his nails. You know how far embedded that is into his skin and stuff. And not only that, but you know what else stench is coming from that area? She's smelling all of his crotch rot too.
Dougie, oh man.
I mean, you're down there just, dude. You're in the stink zone. I mean, if you want to map out his body of the areas that are safer to be around, I mean, because it all smells. But the safer zones and the more dangerous zones, being down there by his feet, man, that's a dangerous zone. I feel sorry for the lady, man. And to think he doesn't bathe, he doesn't do any of that. Imagine how much gunk he's got underneath of his fingernails.
Oh my
God.
God.
He's making burritos and tortillas and stuff like that. Cheese grilled, and people are eating the food he's preparing. Man. The health service really needs to get involved with that. That's disgusting. I mean, do we want to go into depth of what is underneath of his fingernails?
Cricket Cinema says, I'm muting until I stop seeing vomit emojis.
Well, I mean, seriously. I mean, we're getting serious here. This is who he is. This is what he is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all funny, but we got people like, but dude, in real life, if you're around him.
Buttercup says that's why Mr. Ling left the ding.
I'm telling you, Buttercup.
Wait till tomorrow, Buttercup.
It just I don't know. And then it baffles me how any woman would want to be around that and to have them to come over to your house and stuff. I mean, you'd literally have to take the sheets off the freaking bed and burn them. I wouldn't want to wash them and reuse them. Would you?
No.
I mean, if somebody like that came over to your house and laid in your bed,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably get rid of the bed and get me a new mattress.
Just light it on fire, man. Let's see. Well,
Ophelia, he has. Ling's been living the best life.
I'm glad people are catching on to that whole stick, man. That was being Dougie just kicking around ideas.
Yeah, now you get why I had to do that whole 20-minute setup video.
The amount of mold could cure Asperger's syndrome, Warsaw says.
Well, and I mean, speak of that, you look at his RV while he was talking and walking around, and he's pulling chunks off of his RV, grabbing the molding. And rather than like getting a screwdriver or something and backing the screws out, he just gets a crowbar and a hammer and he just starts yanking. You can hear the screws popping out of the fiberglass and stuff. He doesn't care. He's just yanking it off. And then when you get a camera glimpse of the front end of his, or the front of his RV, the nose of it, that part that hangs over the cab.
Yeah.
Oh, it is bad shape. It is so bad. You can see all the dry rot. Because I was seeing it the last time I seen him inside of the RV, where the bunk is, where all the pee stands and stuff, where you can see where the bunk like butts up against the right above the windshield.
Yeah,
it's all just rotted out. You can see where the wood's like, where he's like been picking at it, like. Dude, there's so much dry rot in the nose of that RV. He's going to have to tear the whole thing apart to fix it. The whole nose. He's going to have to pull that all apart and redo it. Any of that wood that's in there that has any dry rot, he has to completely get it out of there, because dry rot, it's the mold spores. It's a certain type of spore in there, and it will spread. It's like cancer. If you don't take care of it, if you don't get it out, and then you just build over it. Another year or so, you're back at the same problem.
And that can't be healthy to breathe in either.
Oh no, it's not. It's not healthy.
Yeah. Well, and lest we forget the tamale incident, Dougie, where he's sitting there and he tried to blow this off, Dougie. This was the funniest thing, man. So we all saw him making tamales, right? Or rolling tamales in the papers and stuff. And he had that crusted dirt under, the oily, you could tell because it was really black, right? That dirt underneath his fingernails. And he's sitting there rolling tamales for someone to sell. I believe it was Sandra. I'm like, oh God, man, Jesus Christ. If I had known who made those tamales, I would stay so far away from those fucking things. Not even funny, man. And I like supporting people. When I'm out at a Walmart parking lot, for instance, and somebody has some good tamales to sell, I'll buy some.
Yeah.
Because I like tamales a lot. They're good, man. I mean, you throw one in the microwave and you can have one for lunch or whatever, I mean, they're good shit,
Yeah.
But not from somebody that made it with nasty ass nails like that. And then later on, what made it worse, Dougie, he couldn't even admit that it was him. I mean, really? I think he blamed whoever else was with him for those nails.
He throws everybody under the bus. He's never going to accept any responsibility for nothing.
Yeah.
He'll be in prison. Yeah. Go ahead. I was wanting to answer this one.
Sorry. Yeah. Nanny said, Dougie, how should the termite situation have been handled?
Okay. Well, this is how I would have done it.
Yeah.
First, I'd be licensed and bonded. 2, I'd make sure that an inspector had inspected the damage to make sure, how extensive it is, what needs to be pulled out, what can be salvaged. And then you go from there. Any of the wood that had too much termite damage that's not structurally sound has to be replaced. And any of the wood, like you might have some wood that's more of for looks rather than anything else. It's just there for looks. You know, and if it's not all chewed up, if it's, you know, enough there to where you can salvage it, you can do that. You can do that. You can putty it and stuff. But you know, you got to be careful. You got to make sure that any of that wood that has any extensive damage, especially if it's structural, it has to come out. And you most definitely want to make sure that the termite dude was in there and took care of the situation. There's no termites. There's, you know, it's not an ongoing thing either.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And don't you have to put on, like, if you're gonna do what he did with that putty, don't you put like a treated putty or caulking
you know,
there?
there may be, you know, that's one thing that I don't have a lot of experience working with termite damage, because we just don't have, that's not a thing up here.
Mm.
We don't have a lot of termite issues. You know, not
Yeah.
that I ever came across. Carpenter ants, ran into a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You know, most of the stuff that we dealt with, you know, in the years that I was remodeling and stuff, was a lot of dry rot. We get a lot of that here. But you know, I mean, it's, if you think about it, it's kind of treated in the same way. You got to, anything that's dry rotted has to be taken out if it's structural.
Yeah. Rip
you
Guy
know.
says it can be if it's not too much to be totally replaced, it can be fixed with a penetrating epoxy, which rebuilds the structure and gives back the strength of the support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Drifter War says, did you hear him say that his DNA test came back and he is 100% European, not part Latino or Appalachian, like he keeps telling his chat? That will help work out who to hang out with if he goes to jail. Drifter
Yeah.
War. Well, there you go. Swancho says, all this tamale talk is making me want to try them. I've never had a tamale. Swancho,
Oh man, tamales are good.
they're really good.
Yeah.
Basically, it's pork. Most of them are made from pork, but it's got. If you like a little bit of spice, they can be a little spicy,
Yeah.
either green or red chili, and they're really good. I highly recommend you try them. They're
Yeah,
really,
don't get the Hormel tamales in
no,
can.
no. Don't get the canned one. Those are different. If you like those, you like them, but they're not indicative of what it is.
Yeah.
Wendy says, and it proves what a bunch of us OG has said. He has his peeps watch other streams and report back to him who is in them. Yeah, Wendy, that's another great point. That's something I did catch. Like, you know, he talked about how he just watches the chat, and those who support rape, which I don't know how. Nobody really supports rape, Dougie. Come on, man.
He's just throwing it out there, dude.
Nobody supports that. Nobody.
That's his platform. That's what he's standing on. That's what he's going to use. You know, just like the knife. This is all this is. He's got a knife. He's got a knife. That's what this is. He's throwing it out there, trying to make, just blowing it all out, and this, you know.
Yeah. Warsaw says, yeah. Go ahead, Dougie. Sorry.
Well, he's disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to tell me that if he could benefit off of a rape, that I in my opinion, what I see of him, I don't think he'd have a problem. If it benefited him, if it was something that helped him out, I don't know. That's just how that's how I see him. Me, it's like, it's, you know, I don't know.
This is somebody, Dougie, that was going to bullhorn the Jane Doe.
Exactly. So, that's what I mean.
It's not far out of the possibility that this dude would, you know, try to benefit from something like that. You know,
I'm not saying that he'd do it. Yeah. I'm saying if somebody, if he could benefit off of it happening.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be sitting there saying he would just probably stay quiet and just benefit off of it. I mean, look,
Yeah.
he's already pretty much done that.
Yeah.
How much did he benefit off of having Laura around?
Yeah. Well,
How
there you
much
go.
did he benefit off of the other ex-Scientologists and all those people, that what they endured in
Yeah.
Scientology?
Well,
And,
Dougie,
and,
look,
he, and he was riding off their backs. He was riding off of all that, making
yeah.
money off of that. And the whole time he didn't care about it. Be one thing if
Look,
he was there actually caring, but he never cared. And then in the very end, he tore them all apart and disgraced them, and then made fun of them, and came after them the same way that
yeah.
you know, yeah, it just,
Well, Dougie, look, I mean, he's um I've said this for ages now on the show. He's an opportunist and a con man, right? And that fork in the road that I told you about is very very telling on him. Like, he did have a choice at one point, Dougie, to go right into being a magician, whether it was a street magician or a small show magician. I could see him doing something like that, and that would have been a good way of making a living. He could have easily made a living doing that. I'm not saying he could have been Copperfield, Dougie. That's,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not what I'm saying. But he could have easily have made. I mean, sure, it would have been hard, but nothing in life is easy, Dougie. Nothing in. I mean, I've never seen someone work so hard to not work than him. And that could have been a path that he took that could have been an honest living. He could have made an honest living by lying to people in a good way.
well,
You know what I mean?
you,
I mean,
you
because
know,
that's
a lot of his problem that I see from him,
yeah,
is depression. He does suffer from that. He does have moments of it. And well, hell, man, as a man, a 43-year-old man, if I was at his age and I hadn't accomplished anything, I had no job, I'm living in an RV, a motorhome that's literally falling apart. Probably not even healthy to be living in it, to tell you the God's honest truth. And if I was living a life like that, I'd be depressed. There's to sit there and say, well, I'm not a working man. I'm not going to be the working fool. And it's like, those are the words of a foolish man.
yeah.
Because work, I don't know about you, MLH, how you, I'm sure you felt this, when you go to work and you have a hard day's work, and you
Yeah.
come home, there's a certain amount of part of you that feels good about you. Feel like you've accomplished. There's a certain amount of pride, and you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
I know that, like, whenever I was laid off and I was struggling to find work was just real hard to find. Oh man, I didn't feel good about myself,
Yeah.
because you don't have a job. You don't have a job.
Yeah.
But when I was working and everything, you feel good. And then when you have the time off to go do something, it feels good because you're out with your friends and you're not spending their money. You're spending your own money. And see, he never spends his money. He's always spending everybody else's money.
Yeah.
There's no, how can you have any pride in that? There's nothing. He laughs about it, and he thinks it's all great and stuff. But look, man, when he's alone in his RV, alone with his thoughts and everything, I can guarantee you he's not feeling good about all this stuff. There's no way that he
No.
does. Because you
was
want to know why I know why that he does? Look how much he brags about his shit. And there's
Mm,
nothing to be bragging about. There's nothing there that he has to be bragging about. Nothing.
yeah.
You know, and the only thing that was maybe worth anything to brag about was a electric Mustang, but he doesn't own it. It's not his, so he can't brag about it.
Mm,
It's not his. He tried,
yeah.
but we all caught on to that because we know that it's impossible for a bum like him, a jobless bum who grifts off of everybody. He
Yeah.
can't financially go out and buy that vehicle and make the payments. There is no bank in this world that would give him the money.
Yeah. There's a book that while when James Randi, who was since deceased, but he was a magician, and he actually, I mean, he was a really old dude that studied Houdini, and he actually got to meet Houdini and stuff way
No,
back in the day. And that was his idol, right? And he made a book called The Good Liar. All magicians, and even Slappy has talked about this, Dougie. All magicians lie to their audience, right?
yeah,
It's a matter of, are you a good liar or are you a bad liar? If you're a bad liar, you're going to become like him. This is that
yeah,
fork in the road that I talked about. Good liars end up being like James Randi and Penn and Teller and other magicians, well-known magicians, because they're straight up honest with you when they tell you they're going to deceive you. And some of their tricks are really simple and easy, that the normal person just can't perceive. I know I can't, Dougie. I can't tell how the trick is done, nor do I want to know. It's sort of like in movies, there's this thing called movie magic, right, Dougie? And I
yeah.
know they have all this behind the scenes stuff, and a lot of people find that really interesting. I don't want to know how they do the magic. I just know it's magic to me. It's as close to magic as we're ever going to get, Dougie. You
Yeah.
know, and I don't want to know the tricks. I don't want to know the behind the scenes magic that goes on with movies and stuff. I want to be amazed. That's cool. Let me get to chat here, and then we'll. I got a few cartoons to play for us, Dougie. And also, by the way, happy birthday, Dougie. I know I think I mentioned that at the beginning, but it is your birthday today. How you feeling, man? I mean, what are you,
I, I,
85?
I'm,
85 today?
yeah, man. I've been, I got to find a better deal on the Depends, man.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, 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 for sure.
too expensive.
Did you get your AARP card? Is the question.
Well, it's actually, it is. It is right.
Yeah. Yeah, there you
It is
go.
right here.
Yeah, yeah,
My AARP. It arrived. It arrived. Says card enclosed. Please
yeah.
do not bend. Oh.
There you go,
And
man.
it says right here, "Happy birthday, Douglas," in red letters on the top of the envelope. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that maybe I better open this, huh? You
Yeah,
think?
you might want it, man. Might want
Okay,
it.
so I'm opening I'm opening the envelope now.
He
30
finally
minutes later.
he finally got his AARP. Let me do chat while you do
Yeah.
that. Um,
What the hell, man? I got to pay for this shit? What, they
yeah.
don't give this to me for free?
No, you got to
What?
pay for the membership to AARP, but you get a lot of discounts, Dougie. A lot of discounts,
Like
man.
what?
Like if you go to Denny's or
I don't go
everywhere.
to Denny's. There ain't no Denny's around here.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a lot of things. You got to look at all the discounts they offer. It's actually quite extensive, Dougie,
Well,
and it's
how do
about.
you know?
I don't ask me how I know, Dougie. You just listen here, okay? Wendy says 2022 they hooked up. I don't know who you're referring to, Wendy. Not sexually, but as friends, Wendy. Oh, you mean Sticker? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know who you're talking about there, Drifter Wars. Tragedy Pimp. Um, what else we got here? He protested the Magic Castle because him and Lara got kicked out of there because Lara was drunk and disorderly. This is a pattern with Laura getting kicked out of venues and them protest. Yeah, that's true, Drifter Wars. That is a pattern. Let's see. Warsaw says his keratin, debris, lint, dirt, and oil from daily activities could have helped Helen Keller see and hear. That's funny. What did Cricket say? I missed. Nannies, it's like me taking a DNA test to see if I'm a New Englander. Right. Let's see. Laura's van is in need of maintenance. Imagine if she was still with Slappy. They could have 2 vans up on blocks side by side. Yeah, exactly, Drifter. Dougie spot on, Drifter says. He asked Chap for money to give to that young homeless train hopper guy. Yeah, I mean, you know. Let's see. What else do we got here? I'm suing all of you, Good SP says. Not one of you helped me wash my face. I need my face washed. I think I got that.
I need my face washed. I need my face washed. I need my face washed. I got pepper spray all over my face. I need my face washed. I need my face washed. I need my face washed. I need my face washed.
How? I mean,
Sounds like a spoiled brat, you know.
Oh man,
Like a
crazy.
spoiled brat that you know, like those times you go into a grocery store and you see some mother with their child and the child's like, yeah, acting just like that.
Wendy says Korean food is good, Dougie. It's a
Yeah,
little spicy though.
yeah.
Nanny says, "What? You don't brag about your t-shirts, Dougie?" I don't know what that
I'm
was.
like t-shirts, like I'm trying to figure that out. Like t-shirts, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I don't know. Dougie,
Do I brag about my t-shirts?
I don't know. Let's see, Dougie. He tried.
my t-shirt right now. In fact, I was so sleepy when you woke me up out of bed to ask me if I wanted to be alive. I have a
Oh, yeah,
t-shirt
yeah,
on,
yeah.
but it's inside out. I just realized.
I
that.
got him out of bed, y'all. That's the story he's telling. Dougie, he tried to claim the house he was working on. Let's see. He tried to claim the house he was working on. He admitted his streams are boring because he no longer protests. Now he spends time working on his house, which is what he said. It's not his house, Drift Awards at all. Good SP that says, that's right, MLH. That's why we pay to be entertained. That's right, Good. I mean,
Let me get this. So he's getting paid to work on his house.
yeah.
Now,
Right.
I've never got paid to work on my house before.
Swancho says, was just thinking too. Too bad Scott will never be friends with you, Dougie. You could have put some awesome woodwork done in his camper. Well, his circle of friends, Swancho, is, oh man, it's starting to shrink. I mean, now I heard Maui is a bad actor for some weird reason. I mean, you know, one of his biggest simps, man, is crazy. A lot of discounts with that card, Buttercup says. Becky says, did he get it? He's a founding father. Wendy says, burn the bed. Drifterward says, I do like watching the blooper reels. That's as much behind the scenes as I like to see. Yeah, I agree, Drifter. MLH, did you hear David B is going to stream about you? Right, David B, we know you're here. Oh, Jackie, he was going to go into this stream of his that he thinks is so damning about me, and that I did apparently. And somehow he got interrupted by Scott from NYC, who was blocking all of his chatters. And you know what David B's fix for that was? His fix was to just stop the stream. He's so stupid, man. I sleep in and this happens. The only part of the Super Bowl I'm watching is BB. Club Brain Fog. This is just a pre-talk, whatever it is. You know, but what's up, CBF? Nice to have you here. Dougie is right. That overheated overhead is horrible.
Yeah.
Barbie-
I wouldn't want to sleep up there.
No.
I'd be
Barbara's-
afraid to wake up laying on the front of, in front of the
Yeah.
RV on the ground because I rolled
Yeah.
out, out the front because it's so rotten. Or wake up and you're laying on top of the front seats.
Yeah. Barbara says, wash his face because his butt hurts.
My butt hurt.
I think if he just washed his butt, he might feel better.
Yeah, maybe, man. Wash his ass.
If you don't wipe your ass,
His
your
tantrum
butt will
makes my
start to hurt.
Kel says his tantrum makes my ears hurt. Danny says, I've been watching this train wreck and more since 2022. Stinky Cat's in the house. What's up, Stinky Cat? I'm late. Was in Home Depot and found everything I needed because I read the signs. I love it, Stinky Cat. Awesome. Wendy says, I don't eat street food just because I don't know the condition of their kitchen was prepared. Don't eat much at restaurants either. I got over that fear. I used to be that way, Wendy, but look at me now. El Sarmento's in the house. I don't know who the Seahawks are, but they are opening for Bad Bunny today. That's awesome, El Sarmento. Nice to have you in here, buddy. What else do we got? He brags about his t-shirts. Nanny says that was that comment. Oh yeah, bragging about t-shirts. Wow.
Pig Boy brags about
Yeah,
t-shirts.
yeah. According to what Slappy said,
Why does he do that?
Because he's an idiot. According to what Slappy said, David Z was behind the scenes causing trouble between him and other streamers, including the one who doesn't like being watched or mentioned. Well, there was an admission. I think it was AZ admitted that Scott sent him to my chat he was assigned my chat to do whatever. I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Yeah. But oh boy, they sure do get butt hurt when the roles get switched on them, don't they?
Oh, I know. David Z puts Slappy to sleep. Slappy said it himself. I wish you had that audio to play. I don't, Drifter Wars. I have, look, Drifter Wars. I have a lot of the streams, but I can't catch everything, man. That's why sometimes I rely on you guys to catch certain phrases or things that were said, and they get sent to me. And, I just can't catch every single thing out there. I do my best. I got him, mentioning me a few times. Like he mentioned me again. He said that his quote about me was, I don't, something along the lines of I don't stoop as low as like what MLH and Kenny do or something. I don't know. It was stupid. I was like,
you stoop low, dude. You're low.
Oh God, I'm vile. That's another thing. David B gave me the highest honor, Dougie. He said I was vile, really vile. He was going to play something.
And it's cool, and I just slip right on in under the radar.
I know, man. You apparently Drifter Wars says you got a mention by somebody. I don't know who that was.
Who would that be?
Slappy. Not by Slappy. That's what we keep waiting for. Jackie says,
I at this point, I really don't care anymore whether he mentions me. In fact, I'd rather if he doesn't at this point in time, because he doesn't have to mention me. I'm so far in his head, man. I see he thinks about me, though. And that's all that matters. Yeah. He thinks about me.
Yeah. Jackie says, if you put your dirty wash with your clean wash, just smell them and you can tell the dirty from the clean. Wouldn't they all stink no matter what? Jackie. Club Brain Fog is cancer free. That's awesome.
Right on.
That's awesome, CBF. Wonderful news. We need you around for at least a few more years, CBF.
Yes.
My
friend, a good friend of mine that I went to school with and stuff from the neighborhood, he had an aggressive form of cancer. And they couldn't do any chemo or any of that, but they had surgery this last Wednesday, and they got it all, and it looks like he's good to go from this point on. So fingers crossed and prayers and all that. Really, really good guy, real nice guy.
Yeah. Drifter Wars says the best stream he did was the one where he said he didn't need Google Maps, but 2 minutes later he got lost going to Home Depot. He had to use it. Then Google Maps interrupted him all the way there. I think I have the stream, Drifter Wars. Like I said.
Okay, Nanny, I get it now.
Yeah. Whoever listens to his stream deserves a trophy because I can't listen to his stupidity and obnoxious laugh. Stinky Cat, it's the same way for all of us. Like sometimes we do a little bit of research for the show and stuff, and sometimes that requires an extensive listen. Like I know for myself, like I like to be updated on certain things that he says, and I always look at the transcripts in conjunction with what he says just to make sure I get it right. Because I don't want to misquote him, you know. And that's the thing that the people, you know, I think our chatters really understand this, but we, you know, we don't come up with things that he hasn't said or done. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. Oh, your sister, Club Brain Fog. That's awesome.
It's like, why in the hell would people buy him hundreds of T-shirts? Like where in the hell is he going to put hundreds of T-shirts in that freaking RV? Like what does he do? Like wear them and then throw them out and put on a new one?
Yeah, Becky says doesn't need Google Maps, but uses Chat GPT for legal defense. Make that make sense. It's wonderful that a cancer diagnosis isn't always a death sentence anymore. I beat breast cancer.
Yeah, I remember awesome, back in the day, man, cancer was like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know,
Mosby says, I feel welcome on in, Mosby. Nice to have you here. I feel bad for the women who have to give Boof Boof his pedicure. We talked about that, Mosby. Yeah. That's nobody is envious of that at all, of the women that do that.
Thank you, Cricket. Thank you so much.
Men or women. You know, if I was a woman and there was a man that was working, I'd give it to the man. I'd be like, you're doing this one, man. I feel like, fuck it. You know, it'd be a win-win for everybody, you know. Except for the guy that's doing the pedicure.
Now, they probably have to shut the shop down because they have to break out the Dremel tools and all kinds of heavy equipment just to get at his feet. Because
it reminds me of the Dumb and Dumber, you know, when Jim Carrey's sitting there and they're, you know, bringing out the grinder to grind.
That's exactly. I could just, I mean, come on, man. You just look at him. You look at him. There's just no way.
Later, Cricket. Yeah.
There's no way. What a disgusting mess. And the part that really irks me, this is the part that really irked me about yesterday.
Yeah.
He's sitting there bitching about all they want to do is put me in a cage for things that people say about me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you son of a bitch. That's, you know, for one, I don't want to throw you in the cage just to be throwing you in a cage because what, you hurt my fee-fees or something? Mm-hmm. No, dude. I want you in a cage because you broke the law. Okay?
Yeah.
You broke the law. You choked a dude out. That you can't do that. There are laws against that. You can't put your arms around a dude's neck and take him down to the ground. You can't do that. You filmed that, so I know that's truth. Now, if it wasn't filmed, then I'd be like waiting for the court to see what the turnout is. But we've all seen it with our eyes. We witnessed it. We're all witnesses. See, that's the thing. We are all witnesses. Now, we all won't go to court, but we all witnessed it. And I witnessed you choking that dude. Okay, that's one. Two, I witnessed you destroying those planter boxes. Now, if they were just any other planter boxes or something, okay, there'd be some trouble. But dude, they belong to the Church of Scientology, and you destroyed those with all your rhetoric and hatred towards them. It just blows it into a different realm. And we've all witnessed that. We've all seen that. So it's not like we're making this shit up, dude.
Yeah.
We want you to go to jail for those things. Now, by you going to prison, by you going to a cage, will help a lot of people that have been victimized by you. That you said, well, they're not having any charges, so that just basically means it never happened. You're a piece of shit. Man, you're the kind of guy that goes, what you're saying is exactly what a man says when they abuse a woman. Oh, I didn't hit her. Oh, she fell down. She hit the couch. You know,
Yeah.
you have that's what you're doing here, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is, man, we want you to go to prison because you have wronged so many people, and it's time for you to pay for all that you've done. Now, yeah, you're going to court for what, six felonies? How many misdemeanors?
16
16. You're going to court for that. But everybody who wasn't able or was too afraid, because that's the thing you failed to mention, dumbass, is that your intimidation against these people is why they never bothered to file any charges, because they knew if they did, they'd have holy hell from you of driving hundreds of miles, coming to their house, bullhorning them, coming to their children's school, bullhorning them, going to their places of business, bullhorning them, because that's the asshole you are. And that's what people are afraid of. And so they didn't do that.
Yeah.
And you think, well, see, that just means there was nothing. I didn't. Yeah, come on, dude. We're not that stupid. You're so freaking stupid.
Yeah.
Dude, you're going to prison for what you did. For what you did. Nothing else. For what but what you did. And and that alone. And we're sitting here. We want you to pay for the crimes you've done because we are all witnesses and we have witnessed you doing that.
Yeah. Here's
dumbass. You can stick that in your pipe. You can stick it in a tampon. You can stick it in a freaking funnel and shove it up your ass.
That's perfect, Dougie. Drifter War says not one person wants an innocent man to go into a cage. That's a great point, Drifter. You all just want justice for crimes he committed. If he didn't do the crimes, he wouldn't be going to court. That's 100%. That's a great point, Drifter Wars. But here's another thing that's gone under the radar, and Becky mentioned it here. The big issue that the city has is the flyers with the City of LA seal on it, the official government seal.
And we've all seen those flyers. We've seen pictures of them. We know they exist.
You can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, you could. I'm surprised that they didn't throw like. I remember one time watching a 1A guy, and he put a sticker, a simple sticker, inside of a government building, Dougie, and they got him for vandalism. And there was, I think I commented on the time, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, that's the time where a plea deal might be a good thing for you because you clearly did the crime. You know, you caught yourself on camera putting a sticker where you shouldn't have. Now, I mean, it's a sticker. How much could it have cost to have someone remove the sticker? It's kind of petty. But still, you got to.
Oh, they're making a statement, is what they're making.
Right.
You don't mess with government stuff.
Right.
You just don't mess with the government. Everybody knows that.
Right. Dougie, when I go out and I do my 1A audits and, you know, I do my cop watching and stuff like that, I have to be very diligent that I don't do anything illegal. Right. From getting in the way of an officer, from, you know, going from point A to point B, because that could be construed as obstruction of justice. So I'm always very cognizant about where I stand, what I do, what I say, you know, and I'm always in the right. You know, I never put myself in a position where I can be arrested, because if I am being arrested, well, there's a huge issue because I know I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm doing the right thing. Let's see. He is one of those people who would say, I just screenshot a page, that makes it okay. I didn't Photoshop it. 100%. And that may be the case, but it's still, it gives the appearance of the official seal of LA. Nanny says MLH, she didn't at first, but then she thought she'd attach herself to him for internet clout and channel building. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand, Nannies. They were kind of opposing, but then they became friends, and you know, whatever.
Can I go back to that last one where?
Yeah, Mama Red, what's up? Nice to have you here. Go ahead.
Where was it?
The Drifter Wars one. This one.
No. It was
Was it windy? I caught on when Saturday he said it was gas and Sunday he said it was electric, but the week prior.
Forget it. It's past. Never mind.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
I didn't Photoshop it, you know. I just screenshot it. Yeah. I think you're
I
right
don't know.
about her not really liking him though, and just using him. She seemed to have a disdain. Yeah, you could tell, nannies. I saw, way back in the day when they were first kind of when Starchy was first kind of commenting on things and inserting herself into this whole muck, where of course she was simping for DOA, but you could tell there was a certain air of disdain. She really didn't like him. You could tell. Okay, we're caught up on chat here, Dougie. Let me play these cartoons that I've been wanting to play for a while now, and then I think we'll wrap things up, Dougie, because we've been going for 2 hours now, man.
Have we?
Yeah.
I've reached the point where I believe my own lies.
Yeah.
See, he's eating Lucky Charms. What? That's Lucky Charms. That's not Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. He's eating Fruit Loops, man.
Well, there's marshmallows in there.
I think that's a combination of both. You could be right.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop that one. And then I got
It would be kind of good, Fruit Loops with the marshmallows in there.
mm,
If you
Too
took
much.
the Lucky Charm marshmallows and put them in with the Fruit Loops, it would be even better. The Lucky Charms marshmallows in with Cocoa Puffs.
oh God, no. The
Oh,
sweet-
dude, that'd be the bomb.
yeah.
Man, that'd be
Anyone
almost
who
like
believes I'm going to my
chocolate.
tax man is a bigger moron than me.
Oh yeah, because he did mention that he was doing taxes, Dougie. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
we really believe that somebody who doesn't pay
Yeah.
unpaid parking
Yeah.
tickets is going to go do their
Yeah.
taxes. Yeah, come on.
yeah. I don't
Come
believe
on,
anything that comes
man.
out of this man's mouth.
I don't either, man. It's a fucking liar, man. Here's another one, Dougie.
I'm going to make lots of money running an illegal painting and termite business.
Well, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of money in California, so maybe that's what he's thinking.
Thank you, Jackie.
Jackie says, "Have a great birthday, Dougie."
Yeah.
Later, Jackie. Nice.
I
to have you.
am. I'm going to have a good day today.
Yeah, I think you are too, man.
So it's already a good day. I was here having fun with all you guys, and
Yeah, we weren't allowed to eat that. Yeah, I just stay away from it because I don't eat a lot of sugar. But
I do too.
ChatGPT is my new best friend. It agrees with everything I say. If you don't agree, you're gone.
That's true too, man. I mean, look at what's happening. I mean, DOA world is imploding, man. The only people he's got left are Whitesnake, David Z, and Chi and Sandra, and that's it.
Well, think about this. Let's sit down and kind of think about this for a second. Let's just say that this is true, that this really is happening. Man, there's going to be a lot of good information coming out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to start seeing a little bit of some behind the scenes stuff here. See, that to me, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see how this turns. And if they start doing that, they start flinging that stuff out, then that's telling me that this is actually happening. If they're spread dirt on each other.
Oh,
I don't mean like little petty stuff. I mean like,
Yeah. I mean, look, just sit back, have popcorn, and just watch.
Soda
Just watch
pop
the
and
show.
milk duds. Can't forget the milk duds. Gotta have
Yeah.
milk duds.
Yeah, milk duds. Yeah. CBF says I couldn't eat it at home. That was what grandmother was for. Oh yeah. I mean, the grandparents always.
Do you know what the milk duds are for?
For what, Dougie?
Well, when you eat the popcorn, then you gotta have the milk duds, get all the popcorn out of your teeth and stuff. And
Yeah, that's true, man. But then you're stuck with milk duds in your teeth.
well, I'd
right?
rather have milk duds than chunks of popcorn in my teeth.
Yeah, that's true,
At
man.
least the milk duds will dissolve and wash it out with soda
That's-
pop.
That's the best thing about going to the movie theater, Dougie. Like we have these Harkins theaters here, or this.
Yeah.
Oh man, is the fucking popcorn, man? Popcorn.
Oh, dude, and remember all the. I don't know if they still do it, but remember all the commercial ads like
Yeah.
like wanting you to go to the snack bar and stuff.
Yeah,
And
and
you
then you
just
have
watch that, and you're just like, oh god, man, I got to go to the snack bar.
let's all go to the lobby. Let's
Yes,
all go to the
exactly.
lobby.
Oh god,
Let's
man,
all
that's
go to the lobby and get ourselves some snacks. That's what it was.
oh
And then you
god,
had
dude.
this thing that was really cool when the feature presentation went on, Dougie.
You know the one that always cracked me up,
Which
and
one?
I don't know if it was meant to have sexual innuendos or they were just really stupid when they made the video.
Yeah.
Or was the one where it's the hot dog bun, it has legs and it opens itself up for the hot dog to jump in it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, huh, let's wait, what does that
Dougie,
mean?
Dougie, that reminds me of a movie. What the hell is that movie called? But it's about like these hot dogs and fruits, and it's like an adult cartoon movie, and it stars Seth Rogen. What Sausage Party, dude? You
I've
gotta
never
watch
watched
that.
it.
Oh, dude, watch it. It's funny as fuck. If you like
Yeah.
adult humor like that, it's really fun.
No, I don't really like adult humor.
Shut up, Dougie.
I just make videos, but I don't really like it. You know?
I don't really like what I've been doing for the past 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah, that's why I've been sick. It's been really getting to me.
Drifter Wars. Look, Dougie's talked about this several times. Me and Dougie have talked about this several times off air, Drifter. He only has the bottom of the barrel left to support him. The dirt below the dirt under his toenails. He loves burning bridges and emptying fridges. That is true.
Yeah.
And Dougie talked about, and as far as content goes, Dougie mentioned it. He's scraping underneath the barrel. Like he's getting to the point
Oh,
where
dude, he's got to the point. He's down there with a spoon, scraping the inside of the barrel, trying to get the juice out, get the alcohol or whatever was in the barrel, the wine out of the. He's sucking the
bottom.
pieces of chunk. Yeah, that's all he has left. He doesn't have anything else left.
Yeah.
Before long, he'll have gone through the barrel and he'll be digging in the mucky mud, dirt, whatever is the barrel's sitting on.
Pinche Becky says, I'm an 80s kid. We ate that cereal then had burnt the sugar roller skating to the beach.
That's what my mom gave me like in the 70s, my brother and I. I'd go to school so amped up on that sugar and then get home and be in trouble for all the trouble I caused because I was so amped up.
Yeah. It's funny. Like once my dad was diagnosed with diabetes, I stopped eating sugar altogether.
Oh.
I really did. The only sugar I really eat is like sometimes maple syrup when I eat like pancakes.
Yeah. Well, it's weird, MLH. It's like when you go so long without sugar, and then when you have something that does have sugar in it, it's like it's overwhelming. It's like, oh,
yeah.
It's like, okay, I took a couple bites, and you know how like when you have something that's so sugary, you eat it, you eat some of it, and then you're just like, okay, I'm done, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I am with sugar now. I eat
the one vice that I do have is fucking Reese's peanut butter cups, man.
Oh, really? Mine's ice cream.
I can't fucking resist peanut butter cups, man.
Yeah, they are good.
Oh my
Mine's
god,
ice cream. If I have ice cream in the refrigerator,
man,
it don't last. I'll go and get a bowl, eat it. 5 minutes later, I go get another bowl.
Yeah,
I don't keep ice cream in the house. I have frozen. I have popsicles, but they're sugar-free popsicles, and I suck on them.
Beachcomber has some tea for us, Dougie. Here's some tea. Misfits 52 sent him $1,800 last year. Holy fuck, man!
Who's Misfit 52?
It's it used to be one of the DOA simps, man.
Yeah, man, I've been in the wrong business, man. I should have been over there.
I know.
Think of all the money I would have made.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been doing this for how long? For 4. I mean, somebody go and check how on my Dougie account how long it's been. I've had this account. The whole time I've had this account, you know how much money I've made?
Are you saying, Dougie, that you'll be somebody's Huckleberry?
No, I'm serious. You know how much money that I've gotten off of YouTube?
Probably
was what you guys seen on Friday.
Oh, the
Yeah.
happy birthday money.
Yeah, and I was just like totally blown away. I was just like, holy cow. And then afterwards, like the next day, I think I told you, MLH,
Yeah.
I said, I now understand how some of these people really get into grifting and getting the money and stuff, because there's an addictive form to it. One, it's like, it makes you feel good when people are giving you money. It's like, oh, wow. And then how fast it comes and how easy it is. You can see how somebody who is lazy and wants a free life, how they could take advantage of that. The whole time it was happening to me. I mean, I was honored. Don't get me wrong. I was honored. I felt blessed and everything. But there was a certain part of me that was kind of feeling guilty about it too.
Yeah, because you're a good person, Dougie. I feel that way all the time. Like I've talked about this before. Like $100 is the threshold for YouTube, and I always sweat that, But after that, I don't think about it anymore. It's just it is what it is. Whatever you get, you get. And I don't.
And I'm totally thankful for that. I'm not saying this like bitch and like I just I'm just saying I can see how easy it could be for somebody to fall for it and take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why we see so much of it on YouTube, because we do see a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't.
And MLH, and I'm not including you because holy cow, for as long as I've been on your show, 10 months. I mean, how much do you really get? How much do you really ask for? I mean, dude, yes, you're getting money. I mean, dude, it's your show, it's your living. There's nothing wrong with it, but you're not sitting here putting out false things of trying to get money and grifting and stuff. It comes more naturally. And there's nothing wrong with that. People give in a natural way, and of course you don't ever want people giving helping that if you don't have it, do not. If you can't help yourself, then like my mom always says, if you can't help yourself, you can't be helping others. You got to help yourself first. Yourself comes first. You got to make sure all your bills, everything's met before you start giving.
Yeah.
And I know MLH will disagree with that, because MLH will give out of fault and he'll live out in the street if he has to. That's MLH. My mom wasn't going to do that. She was more thinking family is like, family comes for you, those kids, the wife, you make sure those are met before you give money to other people, is what she
100%, man. I mean, Dougie, I've come far in my life, like when I was young, I was actually really poor, and I know how it feels to not have stuff. And so it's like when we went out to do outreach, with Bernie and Flea, I couldn't, like, this guy like looked me in my eyes and he said, do you have any jackets? And I could see his jacket was really red.
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, no, I don't really have. Then I thought about it. I'm like, I do have a jacket. And what is it for me, to just give this dude this jacket, and move on with my life. I mean, I bought 5 jackets after that. It's like, I couldn't say no, Dougie. I couldn't.
No, and that's always been, I think that's one of the things that I've always liked about you.
I've just never had.
That's one thing that people may not realize about you. I even posted this on yesterday on the Friday video, because I posted a thing thanking people for wishing me a happy birthday and stuff, but it said how you are exactly who you are in real person as what we see you here. That's just who you are. You don't, MLH doesn't have a fake persona or something like that. I mean, yeah, we get into acting like a mode before the show and stuff and stuff. That's, that's just show stuff. But I mean, but as far as his personality and his person and how he gives and the things that he does, that's exactly who he is in real life.
I tried to be as good of a person as I possibly can be, Dougie, because there's so much bad in the world. And I've always said this, like, I truly believe that the vast majority of people in this world are good, Dougie. They really are. I mean, you talk to anybody, most likely you're going to run into a good person, not a bad person. Some people may disagree with me because they have a much more jaded way of looking at life, but I look at it, look at here. I'm looking at my chat and there's so many good people in here. Look at this Club Brain Fog, grifting ho grifting ho. I put up the grifting sign and CBF obliges with the $10 super chat. CBF, I really appreciate it, and it does help. Like, I'm not a grifter. I don't, I try to work hard on this channel, to provide content. I'm not constantly asking people for money. I think that's what sets the good YouTubers from the bad YouTubers. The ones that sarcastically, like Scott does, oh man, I had 2 phones stolen me and they were $1,500 each. Just by throwing that out there is kind of the call. That's.
Well, I mean, come on, let's get to brass taxes here. I mean, just for StreamYard alone, for you to do what you need to do to have what you have to function, this show function, it's not free.
No.
You have to pay for it, and it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Am I correct? It's a little bit spendy. So, and then you got to pay for internet service and there's a lot that goes into it. And then the amount of time, and I know you guys are probably sick of hearing this because we talk about it all the time, but I mean, it is true. And then on top of that, MLH is running his wife around with her job, helping her out with that. And that's going to even get even more so with her promotion and stuff. And then for a while there, you had your son moved in for a brief amount of time there.
Yeah.
And you were driving him around doing all that on top of running the show, on top of, and this is the part that I didn't realize for a little while. It took me a little while to understand it. On top of that, MLH has a lot of stuff going on outside of this show, but it's YouTube related stuff that constantly of people contacting him with information. He doesn't tell me half to 3/4 of the stuff, 98% of the stuff that goes on. He keeps it from me. I just know that he's busy with stuff, and sometimes it gets perturbing for me because I need to talk to him about the job of this, and he's busy, and I'm like, well, what the hell? But then I got to realize, I mean, it's the same. I mean, dude, we suffered the same pains that anybody suffers on the job site.
Yeah,
we really do. I mean, we're like a mom and pop shop. We're not family, but we're pretty much like family. And we have our little wrinkles and stuff, but the thing is this is what the outside doesn't realize, or maybe they're starting to realize it. Maybe they realize it now. You can't F with any of us. You mess with one of us,
you mess with all.
You got us all. And if you think you're going to separate one of us from the group and attack them, and we're just going to stand around like a bunch of water buffalo or something, just stare at you like, no, that's not how we function here.
Man, I can't wait for the next Dick Cooter's Wild Kingdom, Dougie. Those are my faves, man.
Oh, are they?
The Dick Cooter's Wild Kingdoms, man. I don't know. Finishing up my point, you always try to do the right thing.
You had a point.
Yeah, exactly. I had a point. I just look at things slightly different than most people, Dougie. Like I've said this many times before. If I have actual cash in my wallet, I can't keep it. That's why my wallet is almost always empty of real paper money,
But it's
because
you spending it, giving it to others, not you just going out and
no,
spending your money on yourself. Because there's somebody else who money doesn't stay in their wallet very long, but they don't spend their money on other people. It's always on
right.
themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I see a homeless person on the corner, regardless if they're, you know, an alcoholic, drug addict, you know, just a grifter, just making money. It doesn't matter to me. I
At
mean,
that point, it doesn't matter. They're a person in need.
yeah, and
You know,
that's why that like,
yeah.
and Bernie can't keep money in her wallet easy either because I'll say, Bernie, you have $5, you know, like, you know, I've always been that way, you know. Hellgear's in the house. Becky says, when I was growing up, we were all broke, shared bikes, roller skates, skateboards with the neighbors. It wasn't until they started busing students in that we knew how the other side lived. 100%, Becky.
Well, yeah.
Hellgear says, speaking of goodness, MLH, I heard Chumley use the term moral compass.
He doesn't know the word moral compass.
Well, he
may
knew
use it,
from,
but he doesn't understand it.
right. He used it because I use it, Dougie. I use that
Yeah,
all
yes,
the time.
yes. That's
You know?
true. That's true. Another one of those things where he tries to mimic us. He really wants to wear your clothing. He wants your skin,
dude, I'm telling you. Swancho says, when I heard MLH gave the jacket off of his back, that's when I knew this is a man I will stand behind. I don't do it for clout, Sandy, but I do it. You know why I do these things? And that was an impromptu moment. I'm going to let you guys.
You're actually kind of bummed afterwards because you like that jacket.
I really did love that jacket, man. It was my favorite jacket. But, you know, a lot of things in life lead you to those moments where you have to make a little bit of sacrifice. And that's what I did. I don't do it for clout, but I do appreciate people behind stuff like that because we need more of that. We need more of that, you know. The slob, Nanny says, was reading them last night, Maui, Judy, and others' comments about him. Oh, okay, cool. It was actually fun playing with our neighbors. We had the bikes and roller skates. They had the skateboard and ramps. Yeah.
Why doesn't he read his comments? You know, why does he read all the bull crap and all the crap he said about others? It's never, you know, he can do and say whatever he wants, but boy, how dare you do or say whatever you want. You can't mimic him. You can't, you know, how dare you? How dare you?
They sound real, and Sticky's Discord is the most unsecure channel in the world. She's usually the one doxing everyone and everything in there herself. I don't know anything about, not much about Discord, nannies. I mean, I know I have a Discord. Not me. I mean, the RP Grinders has a Discord, but nothing ever happens in there. I don't know how it all works. Drifter War says, MLH, did you notice that Slappy said he wants to do something, but the only thing holding him back was money? Then he looked directly at the camera, then went back to sniffing and folding dirty clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't notice that, Drifter Wars, but it's not surprising. I talk about this quite often, Drifter Wars. It's his way of sarcastically goading his audience to give him money. You know, that's just how it is. El Ron is in the house with the $5 super, says DOA must now face the final boss of Streamer Wars. His special power is her special power is her acrylic claws. Ooh. And the plot thickens, does it not, El Ron? Does it not? Let's see. In my lifetime, Drifter says, things have changed so much. It's hard for young people to understand how tough we had it compared to how easy they have things now. I slightly disagree with that, Drifter Wars, because our perception of how hard things were is different nowadays with these kids. You realize that like we have become our parents in essence, Drifter Wars. Like I remember like my parents saying, why do you listen to that shit? You know, it's awful, right? And I was big into heavy metal and hard rock and you know, stuff like that. And it was hard for my parents to reconcile. Like my mom was a big like Elvis fans, you know, like back in the 50s type music, Richie Valens, you know, Big Bopper, all that type of stuff. And my dad was just old school ranchera music, you know, like the old school Mexican music. So they had a hard time reconciling my my love of like heavy metal and rock and stuff like Black Sabbath and, you know, Led Zeppelin and Metallica and all these, you know, bands. And it was really puzzling to them how I gravitated towards that music. And now I've become my parents because I listen to some of what my son listens to, and some of it's good, but the majority of it I just don't get. And it's not that it's bad music, it's just not my cup of tea. You know, that's how I look at it. And kids are going to have different, and I understand Drifter Wars. Like when we were younger, you know, it was hard to walk to school, it was hard to take buses, it was, and nowadays these kids have cars when they're 16, and, you know, like phones and all that type of stuff. I resisted giving my son a phone for the longest because I just saw the danger in it more than anything. And you know, me and my ex fought about it quite a bit, but I'm glad I resisted the urge to get him his own phone until a little bit later. You know, it just, I don't know. There's just lots of things that you know. Drifter War says moron compass, more like it. What were you gonna say, Dougie?
Well, I don't know if I completely agree with you on that one.
What about the music?
No, about that you know, about having it harder.
Yeah. Well, I don't,
you know, because I mean, you go back each generation, it's harder and harder and harder.
Yeah. But see,
this generation today, they have a lot more going for them than ever before. Now, that's not to say that, oh, well, they don't have any issues at all. They have their own set of problems and issues that we never had to deal with because of technology. Technology wasn't around. We didn't have those issues that come along with that. You know, we had our own set of issues, just like our parents had their own set of issues, and on down the line. You know, I mean, heck, there was a time that you know,
let me clarify.
You're trying to survive, not get cholera or something like that.
Right. Let me clarify. It's perception. We definitely had it harder when we were younger, Dougie. There's no doubt about that, right? Yeah. But the perception of the newer generations is that they have it hard because they don't really understand what we went through, right? That's what I'm saying. Like it's just a matter of perception. If they had, they would die in those times. Like they would literally like freeze up. They wouldn't know what
we had to go back in the 1800s. We all had to live like that.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Most people would not survive. The population today, the majority of people would die.
Yeah,
because they couldn't. You know, look, how many people know how to can?
Yeah.
How many people know how to grow a garden?
That's what I'm saying.
To grow a garden sufficiently to support to be successful at it under harsh conditions. Yeah. You know, you can't go to Ace and go buy some you know, chemicals to get your garden going and stuff.
Yeah,
no, you're out there. You're having to do this all. You know, wait for your horse to take some dumps so you can throw that in there. So, you know, I mean, seriously, that's what you're doing. And then you're having to go out and kill your food and you know, hunt and stuff. And then if you have a cow that you're milking and it has a calf and stuff, then you got to decide, you know, well, do we want to keep that or do we want to shoot it, you know, eat it, you know, and you got to do that. And just like every farmer has suffered, every farming family has ever suffered is, well, gee, one of the kids get attached to the animal that now you have to slaughter and feed the family. And, you know, I mean, dude, there's a lot of stuff that people don't think about these days that we go to the store and buy your meat, but think back in the day when you're eating meat, it was probably old Rosie out there that you killed, the old milk cow, because you needed the meat. And you're eating Rosie now, and you remember Rosie when she was a calf and stuff. Yeah, you know.
Drifter War says MLH. We had to share the bathwater. We wore hand-me-down clothes from our elders. Drifter Wars, I'm with you, man. I remember as a kid, we were so poor that we had to, as gross as it sounds, we did have to share bathwater. I understand these.
I remember taking a bath same time with my brother. We were, you know, mom scrubbing both of us at the same time.
Yeah. Heart is relative, CBF says. Kids now have to put up with their lives being 24/7. We could go inside and leave everything outside and not answer the phone. I like new wave punk. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying, CBF.
Yeah.
It's there's different perception,
Yeah.
Things are
Well, it's
hard
like
now.
I'm always kind of late to the party, and it's like I've just been now getting into rap music. I know
Yeah.
it's been out for a while, right? But I'm just like now
Yeah.
getting into it. So
Liquid Silk. I mean, this is interesting. I think in some ways kids have it harder today. And
in some ways they do. I agree. In
I
some days
agree. I
they
think,
do. Yeah.
yeah. Drifter says MLH.
A lot more bullying now, I think, than they
Yeah.
did back in the day. You have
Well, it's
social
more-
media. There's a lot more, lot more ways to do it.
More
and stuff.
avenues. Yep, more
Yeah.
avenues. MLH in regards to music, which leads to mental health, Dougie, which I'm a champion of when it comes to trying to help people with their mental health. MLH in regards to music, my son would be amazed that I knew all the words to new songs. I would pull out the original version of the song and play the vinyl record. Lonely, for example. Yeah, Drift Wars. That's another thing. It happens in movies now. People bitch all the time about reboots, but in all reality, there's only really 7 stories to tell. There's the tragedy, the comedy, whatever it breaks down. But you can't really tell any new stories. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you present them. And it's the same thing with music. Everything in music has already been accomplished. I'm not saying that there can't be a new genre of music that pops up here and there and everybody's excited for. I understand that, but there's nothing left to be done except rehashing and redoing, which there's been some really great remakes of songs and stuff. Like, for instance, like Disturbed did a really good cover of Land of Confusion, right? Which I really enjoyed. And I thought it was every bit as good, if not better, than the original Phil Collins version. And I like the original Phil Collins version. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's music is just good in general, but there's really no more real innovative ground to cover because the Beatles have done it, Metallica's done it, Guns N' Roses has done it, Nirvana. You go through the history of rock, Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry, by the way, is to me, like the godfather of rock and roll. I mean, I think before Chuck Berry, there was nobody that really, I mean, people give Elvis a lot of credit, but it was actually Chuck Berry that brought everybody into what we now know as modern rock music and stuff. And then you have the whole rap genre, which is awesome in its own right. And, other sets of rock and rap and all that, and I like most of it. I mean, I'm different. I'm a big time heavy metal guy, but I mean, I have Sade in my library. I have, just a vast, array of music in my library that I like. I mean, I like this band.
Music is like my moods now. It used to be just one hard rock, all the time. But now it's like whatever mood I'm in. Some days I'm listening to country, some days I'm listening to jazz, some days I'm listening to some good old hard rock or just some rock and roll or whatever.
Yeah. Can you imagine people not having utilities magically supplying their shelters? Yeah. Rib Guy. We were so poor, Brenda says. We didn't have snow boots, so we used bread bags to put on our feet and then to keep the wetness out. Brenda.
Yeah, they did that in the First and Second World War.
Yeah. We had to sit on the bus, boys on one side, girls on the other. Couldn't play on the swings with the boys. Had to play on the swings blacktop until it was girls' days to swing. Left me telling boys are bad. Yeah, I know. That's, there are still kids today, even in major cities, sharing bathwaters, liquids. Yeah, it still happens today. Gray hairs unite. I had to share a bath with a sister and a brother. Baths were only once a week, Swancho. Yeah, I mean, look, King Charles is in chat. What's up, King Charles? Nice to have you here. Dougie, check out a duo called Aida and Abilities. Aida will blow your mind. I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm guessing. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Rock and roll was cultural appropriation. Blondie had the first charted. That's absolutely 100% true. Club Blame Frog. Yeah, Blondie was a really decent rapper.
Yeah,
been-
wasn't she like the first? I mean,
Yep.
MTV always refers to that one song as the first
Yeah.
rap, actually the first rap song actually to be on air.
It was the Sugar Hill Gang, I believe, but yeah, the first big hit was Blondie's.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that song, but it was really good. It's really good to this day. I listen to it all the time. What the fuck is it?
Fuck. I can see the video and I can hear her singing the song.
Yeah, I know what the song is. I know CBF will probably slap me over the head, but King Charles says, I've been to Chuck Berry's house in St. Louis once when I was younger. Think it's torn down now. What a shame. What a shame. I only listened to Buffalo Hump, Flea says. You know what? I was really shocked the other day, Flea, when I made my reference to a song. Remember, sucking on my titties like you wanted me. And you knew the artist, Flea? That blew my fucking mind. That was a Peaches song.
Rapture. That's the name of the song.
Rapture. Yeah. It's a great song.
Oh, but Club Brain Frog said it about the same time I did.
Yeah.
Maybe she beat me. But I'm gonna say I beat her
but
just because.
My favorite song is My Ding-a-Ling by Chuck Berry. Brenda, you know that song was actually named something else. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't supposed to be My Ding-a-Ling, but it was. But it became My Ding-a-Ling. Nanny, let's see. What did Nanny say?
Did that?
Sade saw her live a few years ago. My favorite song of Sade is Paradise. Paradise.
I have a question.
Yes.
About Chuck Berry.
Yes.
Was the Ding-a-Ling song? Did he come out with the Ding-a-Ling song before he got in trouble? With the what was it? The underage girls, whatever, or was that after?
I don't know. I don't know, Deggy. I don't know the history. The Teaches of Peaches, Flea. I couldn't believe you knew that, Flea. That's how cool you are. You actually knew what I was referencing. I didn't think anybody would get it, but you were the one. In the 80s, all my favorite singers and bands came out as being gay when gay was not accepted or even illegal in some states. Village People, Elton John, Freddie Mercury, etc. Yeah. And I
remember when all that. I remember when Elton John was huge.
My Tambourine. That's right.
I remember when I was in junior high and Elton John was the man. He was the top of the, on top of the hill. He was number one. And I remember Valerie Bertinelli. What was that TV show that she was in back in those days? With her, it was like her and her sister and her mom were living together. There was a TV show that she was on, but anyway, she was like in the TV show. She idolized Elton John, and she did in real life, and until he came out and found out that he was gay, and then she just dropped it, no more Elton John and everybody. I remember all of a sudden, and the thing was I still liked him.
Yeah,
it did. To me, it was like, it doesn't matter. I remember Queen. I remember when Queen came out.
Yeah,
I knew they were gay. I mean, come on, I knew it.
Freddie Mercury. Yeah.
I knew it, but I didn't care. It's like, dude, the music is like,
who cares?
Like, what do I care?
Yeah,
I mean,
Nanny says Sweetest Taboo is my favorite. Oh, that's a good one. You giving me the sweetest taboo. Oh man, that's a good song.
You know how much great music, how much great acting, how much of the arts that if you just like, oh, I don't like them because they're gay. If you just cut all
then
that,
you wouldn't like
imagine how much you would miss out in this world of how much that they have to give in society, that they do give in society. I mean, come on, man.
Nannies
people used to put Jews down. There was a time they wanted to kill the Jews. Now look, man, Jewish people pretty much run Hollywood and stuff. The talent that they have it's amazing. You know, look at how many actresses and actors, writers and musicians and stuff that are Jewish. You know,
Yeah,
there's a lot. The talent, you know, that they have. It's, you know, that's
Yeah.
why, you know, when you start cutting people out or cutting a race out or cutting, you know, people out because of sexual orientation or something like that,
It's
and
really
you're
ridiculous.
taking out a big chunk of what those people produce and give to give to society to help us expand, you know, new music, new this and that we would never have, and look how one song can change how people behave and act in this world. You know, it will change history. One song can literally change the history of mankind. I mean, look what the Beatles did it. They literally changed how the United States was when they came here.
Yeah. Let me get caught up on chat here. I can still sing Rapper's Delight without music. It was that big when it was out. CBF says, yeah. Nanny says, oh, you know, I man, Sade, man, holy shit. Your Love Is King is a great song. I mean, there's so
like
many
she
fucking good
was,
songs.
yeah, she had such a silky smooth voice.
Oh man, that is my favorite female singer of all time, Sade, man, just awesome. Citizens Erase Muse says almost anything from Queens of the Stone Age is good. They're all super tight and oh, I love them. Citizens Erased. They did a song. Dan, 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 Dan. I can't remember the name of it, but I do like Queens of the Stone Age. I think they're awesome.
Was it Club Brain Fog? I didn't know that it was that. I didn't know that.
Damn, doesn't anyone like old country music? I do, Jackie, because my parents I listen to.
I love Johnny Cash. Oh man,
Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, Charlie Pride was great. I mean, just good stuff.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah. LA Deb's in the house. Happy birthday, Dougie. She says happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Thank you.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you, LA Deb. Let's see what else. Liberace lived 2 baths from grandma's. He was a character. Yeah, Liberace was fucking great musician. Have you seen
phenomenal piano player? Yeah.
Helgear says, have you seen the IDAT remake with the Cuban family, Amy, Rita Moreno, hilarious, the abuela with the Vicks? I have not, Helgears. Let's see. What else do we
Alan
got
Jackson.
Here?
Alan Jackson. I like
I like the old country music. I hate the new shit. I can't stand any of the new stuff, man. It's nonsense to me.
I like Travis Tritt. I like
oh man, I miss George Michael big time too, Beachcomber. He was a brilliant musician.
George Strait, yeah.
Your Love Is King, so good. Waylon and Willie and the boys, yeah. Jackson. Brenda Lee, Brenda Lee. What about Crystal Gayle?
Yeah, Crystal Gayle. Oh yeah.
Let's see. The best thing about country music.
Had a head full of hair. That woman did, didn't she?
Drifter words. The best thing about country music is when you play the records backwards. The guy gets everything back.
I've never heard. That's a good one. I've never heard that.
Have you guys seen the Garth Brooks story developing? I have not, Hells. I don't know anything about that. Patsy Cline, of course. Yeah. Kip LA, what's up, buddy? Nice to have you here, bud. Hope you're getting better, Flea, man. Wow, Flea was going through it with the Rona, man. And at her age, man, I mean, you know,
Conway Twitty's getting a little too twiny country for me. And when it starts getting into that, is when I'm starting to kind of. And I know there's people that love it and stuff, and
Crystal Gayle and Loretta Lynn are sisters. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
LA Deb says Neon Moon. I think that's them, right? Brooks and Dunn with the Neon Moon. Guitars Cadillac. Who's that one? Who sings that one? I don't know. I don't know all this. I just know the songs.
Kenny Chesney. I like Kenny Chesney. I like
Lady. Oh, that's such a great song, Buttercup. Man, I love
you know, I love Kenny Rogers, but the last photos after,
oh my God, man.
It's like, dude, what did you do? What did you do, man?
Yeah,
Dude,
really,
seriously.
he had one of the worst fucking facelifts I've ever seen, Dougie. It's almost as bad as Mickey Rourke's, man. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah. You know, and Mickey Rourke was a nice looking dude before all the surgeries. You look at a young Mickey Rourke. He wasn't a bad looking dude.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened. He's a good actor too. He's kind of an asshole in life, but good actor. Seen Willie Nelson twice. I haven't seen him even once. I'd love
You know who I really like? Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. Yeah.
I've seen him in concert. Really. Oh yeah, Tim McGraw's cool.
I'm not a huge country guy, Dougie, but I do like some of the old country. I mean, I'm talking like old country, you know. But I don't know. Every once in a while, a song will slip in that I think is okay, but I don't know. Just country and me don't mix too.
I like the 80s and 90s country. Yeah.
I like
when CMT first came out, was like back in the 80s, and that's when I started, like, because I started watching CMT, and yeah, I don't know. To me, it was because about that time, if you remember right, rap was starting to move in, and so MTV was just all rap, and I didn't like rap at that time, and it was like, so I'm like, all I had was VH1, because VH1 was more showing what MTV used to show, you know.
Liquid Silk, and here I thought MLH was a Swiftie.
Yeah, but then, yeah. So I started watching CMT, and to me, it was like the music that the artists were putting out then reminded me very much of how it was in the 50s or so, you know, when rock started coming out, but it was like, you know, people would come out with one hit, you know, it was like, it was the, you know what time I'm talking about, where the music was just, I don't know.
Drifter Roars. Did you hear
that? Like how country was in the 80s, where it was coming out was just just the hits, just the you know.
Yeah. Drifter War says, did you hear that Willie Nelson got hit by a car recently? Yeah, he was on the road again.
Poor Willie.
I like Taylor Swift too, Nanny said. Yeah, we all look. Taylor Swift has good songs. Like, I don't like being that dude, you know, that the old curmudgeon-y guy that says, "Oh man, all music now sucks." It wasn't like it was back in the day.
Taylor Swift has talent. She has some talent.
Of course she does.
I mean, holy cow, she writes a lot of her music. She put together. When she was young, she was putting together her concerts and stuff. She did a lot for a person of that age. Whether you like her or not, you have to give her credit for what she's accomplished. You know, look, I'm not a big fan of hers right now with the direction she's gone and her music style that she does. I'm not putting her down for it. I'm not really a fan of it. I know others are, and that's great. I'm not putting her down. I really did like her though when she was starting out, when she was in, you know, her country part. I liked
her until she got hooked up with Travis Kelce, My Mortal Enemy Chiefs. I'm like,
that has nothing to do with that.
I know it doesn't, but no, look, I'm not one of these people that say all music nowadays sucks and all this. If I do, then I just sound like an old man, like my old man, you know, like my.
I thought you were going to say like Dougie. I was about ready to get pissed off at you.
No, I wouldn't say that. You like a lot of stuff that I like, Dougie, and you look. you've already proven
I've been
yourself.
lying to you. I've just been yanking your chain. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I'm
I
actually working for Chumley. I'm undercover. I'll be
I
writing
just,
a book on
you know
all of
what I
this
like?
crap.
You said something to me, and this is really surprising that you just recently started looking at the history of rap, Dougie, and getting into that.
Of the Compton stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's I mean, I kind of grew up with a lot of that shit, man. And like rap to me like has a special place in my heart because of shit that I went through, you know, like
Yeah.
old school
Yeah.
rap, you know, like Ice-T, Ice Cube, you know, NWA is all time great, you know,
Yeah.
and all that stuff, man. I mean, people were shocked and reviled much in the same way that people were shocked and reviled when Black Sabbath was doing their music, you know, like, so there's a lot of parallels, you know, that, I mean, these were genres that people really loved but really were afraid of because
Yeah.
they said things that shocked you but would bring you into reality, Dougie. I mean, let's face it.
Mine was more just, to me, it wasn't music.
Yeah.
It's like it needed to be in a class of its own. It wasn't like singing. They, you know, and so it kind of pissed me off that they were taking up airwaves to where I couldn't listen to the music that we always listened to. Now we're listening to this, and it's not music, but they're classifying it as music. And I know it is. This is how I was feeling at the time. And so, no, I didn't like it. But now, you know, I can appreciate it. And once I started kind of, after I watched that movie, what is that movie, MLH, where Ice
Straight out of
Cube,
Compton. Straight out of Compton.
Yeah, Straight Out of Compton. Yeah. And when I watched that, it made me realize, it's like, holy cow, because I love the history of the mafia and stuff. I'm really intrigued by it. And so I'm like, holy cow, this is just right up in there. This is like the same thing, just different, but the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so then I really started getting into it, like digging into it, and then the music. Then I'm listening to the music for the first time. Really, I would say for the first time, I really actually sat there and listened.
Yeah.
To the music.
So many good
and the
stories.
First song that I listened to.
Yeah.
Do you know what first song I listened to?
Rapture by Blondie.
No. It was the first song that I listened to when I was at that point. Was the song that I spoofed and made a spoof out of.
Oh, California Love.
California Love.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Dude, I love that song now.
Yeah, it's really good, man. I mean, if you actually take the time to listen.
And now to me, dude, it's a song. It's not like before. I was like, oh, it's not music. It's not music. But now, dude, when I listen to it, it's a song.
Yeah. Sally Ann is in the house.
Dude, am I like weird? Am I like,
no, Dougie,
am I like weird for an old dude? Am I?
No, Dougie, you're an anomaly because there's not a lot of people in our age category, Dougie, that will actually take the time to learn another genre of music. But I'm happy because now we can go a whole nother level of just awesomeness, Dougie. Like, I mean, there's so much, man, that I'm a fan.
Yeah, folks, come back in another year and I'll be dressing like him, talking like him. I'll be a 49%. He'll have converted me into being another MLH, or I'll just be an MLH2.
Yeah.
We'll be like, what are those two dudes on the Dr. Seuss one where it's Fang 1 and Fang 2? Isn't it? Yeah.
Fuzzy's in the house. She said, I'll fight anyone who disses Lionel Richie or Eddie Money. You won't get any dissing here, Fuzzy, man. Lionel Richie is one of the greatest songwriters ever. Yeah. Lionel Richie is personally responsible for a lot of modern pop music, and he still writes to this day.
Yeah,
he's an amazing.
And not only that, but the people he's given opportunities to, he's helped yeah, he's done an
And,
awful
and
lot.
by extension, wasn't he a part of the Commodores, which is one of
Oh,
the
oh yeah,
great-
he was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And Eddie Money is great, Fuzzy. Take me home tonight. Oh man, I love that song, man. Such a good song. I like all kinds of music. Drifter War says all categories, etc. I go through stages depending on my mood. I love odd and unusual. Mike Gear is a sad clown character called Puddle's Pity Party. Oh, I've seen Puddle's Pity Party time or two, Drifter Wars. Did you have a nice birthday, Dougie Sally?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's my birthday today, and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm having fun, enjoying
Juice
it.
is another good movie. Yeah.
And I'll have fun watching the Super Bowl, and yeah, and just the update on the gifted money that you guys all gifted Friday. And again, I thank you so much for all that. But yeah, so I ordered a 600-watt power station that will run my refrigerator and charge the batteries for the camera and
Stuck on you
stuff like that for the trip and everything. And so that was like a major part. So yeah, and so that power station will be supplying light at night when we're cooking and stuff, and I will make sure that everybody knows that that's because of you guys. It was gifted, and that I know they'll all appreciate it. So again, thank you so much. I'm not one to, I don't like to take money on here because I hate that the connotations of what that can mean and stuff, because
just shut up, Dougie.
that have ruined it for, you get people that take advantage and ruin it for everybody else. But yeah, just thank you. I just all I want to say is thank you very much.
L.A. Deb said he wrote a lot of great country music. Speaking of Lionel Richie, absolutely he did. A lot of the modern country hits were written by Lionel Richie. Fuzzy, our fucking mod.
I always liked Lionel Richie. I've always liked him.
Yeah. Fuzzy says, are we trying to beat the big game coverage time with this nonsense, MLH? Well, it started off like Dougie wanted to do a stream. We talked about it yesterday, and it was supposed to be like just football talk, but it's become like
I mean, come on.
I
knew it wasn't going to be all football because, face it, YouTube is probably what 80% women.
Yeah,
and that's great.
Yeah,
but I know that not every lady in here is interested in the football game today. So if two guys were sitting here talking about football and all you ladies were in here, you'd be like, okay, well, come on, guys, let's talk about something else besides football. I know there's a few of you women out there that are really into football, and you could talk right there with us, and that's great too. But hey,
shit,
Super Bowl Sunday isn't always about football. It's definitely about family, friends, togetherness, and having fun in a competitive atmosphere, to where we can have both root for the opposite teams, but have fun and join together in the end, and just, man, it's a party day. That's what today is. It's a party.
It is. It really is. We're gonna end here real soon because I got to go get some food, and it's gonna be wild getting some.
Yeah, he's got to start getting prepared. He had his weed dealer dropped off a big old baggie just now, and he's got to get prepared, all prepped for the football game. So he's going to start smoking a ton of weed. He's got his food there. He's going to go pick up Bernie, man. It's just going to be they're going to have a big old party. It's going to be like Burning Man over at his
Yeah,
house.
exactly.
Instead of Bernie, it'll be Bernie Man. Instead of Bernie, it'll be Bernie Man.
Yeah, exactly. That's 100%. Let's see. Drifter says, MLH, I have 5 Commodore albums and all the Lionel Richie albums. Did you know that new vinyl are going for $40 nowadays or more? Drifter Wars. Like I have.
Yeah, Drifter Wars. I don't want to hear that. I had a tote, one of those, the big totes. I mean, like 5 foot long, one of those plastic totes, chuck full of all of my albums that I had collected through the years, all jammed in there. I mean, it was a tall one wide. It was huge. It took 2 people to pick the thing up. It was so heavy. And I didn't have a turntable anymore. The needle broke and I couldn't find a replacement needle for it. And so and trying to find a turntable and just couldn't. So I didn't want to get rid of them. So I stuck them in that tote. And all the moves that we had, my son was just finally dead. I'm tired of moving this damn thing around. Let's get rid of it. We took it to like a Goodwill place. And I think back, I had the Rush Hemisphere album where it had the brain on the album.
Yeah.
You know how much money that thing's worth right now? I had all of the Kiss albums where they went solo, where they had their faces on the albums. I had all of them. I had the Boston one with the album.
More than a feeling.
Oh God, dude! I had some of the original Beatle albums on the original, the original albums before they came out with the Apple ones, and then I had some original Apple ones in the day. And oh God, dude, I look back at that and I think,
oh man,
how stupid was I? That's like me thinking back of like my mom throwing away all my Hot Wheel Matchbox car collection.
Yeah.
And then I seen how much one of the Matchbox cars was going for like years ago.
Yeah.
It was going for like $10,000-$20,000. And I showed my mom. I said, yeah, that was one of the cars you threw away. Well, how was I supposed to know?
All right, let me get caught up on chat here and then we'll end this thing. Fuzzy says, did y'all know it's CBS birthday tomorrow? She'll be a woman of a certain rage.
Hey, CBF, is it your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, she's going to be 32 tomorrow, Dougie.
Right. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday, CBF. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
My best friend, his birthday is on the 10th. So yours is like right in between.
CBF says, happy birthday.
CBF, you're kind of like being sandwiched here.
CBF says, happy birthday, old fart. I'm right behind you. Not like that. She's right behind you when you fart, Dougie. I think that's what she's trying to say.
Yeah, well, CBF, I hold them in. I only do them when I'm in private. I'm bashful that way. I don't.
Yeah, everyone, and I mean everyone, had Stevie Wonder's songs in the key of life when it came out. Yeah. Weird Al was a character on the new Pony cartoon. My kid got introduced to him when she was 4. She's now 17. Weird Al's awesome. I'm just watching for Bad Bunny, Flea says. Yeah. All right, let me get caught up here. I made homemade rolls, Breezy says. What's up, Breezy? Macaroni salad. And
I got to learn how to make some homemade bread. I love homemade bread.
You know what? I just ordered me some wings, and I had to get them from KFC because everywhere else is going to be crazy today. Is
that what you're having today for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, no,
KFC
for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I haven't decided. I'm probably going to get Chinese, Dougie, like you, man. I'm getting hungry, so wings sound good to me. Let's see what else. LA Deb says, diehard football fan. Who's your team, Deb? The Rams or who? Mine is obviously the Broncos. Nanny says, today's Super Bowl is the only one I've ever really wanted to watch. The matchup and everything is intriguing to me. Yeah. There you go. Purple Rain was my first vinyl album. That's awesome, Fuzzy. Purple Rain is a great album. Prince is one of my
Prince was awesome.
David Bowie, same thing. I love David Bowie. Bowie picture discs don't. Oh no, CBF. Mentioning Willie Nelson, Wendy says, I'm related to him. My grandfather homestead property I live on in 1842. Oh, that's cool. Stinky Cat says, I saw Rush at Electric Ladyland Studio when they released their first album.
I seen Rush at Catch a Rising Star concert, first album before they had Neil Peart. When that first album, when they had that first album, the White Album, where the Rush is like boom coming at you, the word Rush. Yeah. Oh, that was a good concert.
Yeah, Drifter War says, I still have 5 Kiss albums, Dougie, and Beatles and Rolling Stones, and every Queen album, including the solo. Oh man, Drifter Wars. Can I buy them off of you for like $5 each, Drifter Wars?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, CBF, Afila says. Stinky Cat, which is CBF, a happy birthday. 59. You're gonna be 59, CBF. You don't look 59. I don't believe it. Yeah, is 32 half of Dougie's age?
So much better than.
Oh man, Club Brain Fog looks fantastic for her age, man. It's great. Papa Cat, very lucky. My mom threw away my whole collection of Archie Oh, LA Deb. Oh man, I lost a lot of. I lost tens of thousands of dollars of comic books in my divorce.
LA Deb, my mom, I caught her. She almost threw away all my football cards.
Oh my God.
No. I had it. They were in like shoe boxes, and she grabbed them and was ready to throw them out. And I caught them, and I still have them to this day. And there's a lot of money there. And that's part of the inheritance for my children.
Yeah, Dougie said he's gonna sell me them for like $100, all of his cards.
Yeah, I have one basketball, because I have football and basketball. I have one basketball card. It's a rookie card of Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but Lou Alcindor before he changed his name. The last time I checked on that card, it was like over 10 grand for that card. So,
yeah.
Now whether I get that's the thing. That's how much it's worth, but getting it, I may only get like 6,000, but still, that's $6,000 for a card that I got for free from a friend. I didn't even pay for the card, and then if I did, back in those days, you'd go spend 25 cents for a pack of cards. Yeah.
Jackie says, "I'll never smoke weed with Willie again." With Toby Keith, Jackie.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I love Toby Keith. That's so sad when he died.
Damn, LA Deb, that really sucks. Okay, that's all we got. I don't have much else. We've been going for 3 hours, Dougie. Let's end this because I need to go eat. I ordered my food already.
Dude, you're gonna have it all done. The Super Bowl doesn't start until what, 3-ish?
4 my time.
Yeah, 3 my time.
Well, I mean, look, Dougie. I mean, I got stuff to do, man. And plus I'll eat later too, man. I'm a fat ass, man.
Becky, I got football cards dating all the way back into the 60s before the NFL, AFL had merged.
Yeah.
All the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Get them graded, Dougie. Many collectors out there. Yeah. If you get them graded, they're worth way more. But the grading process costs a lot of money too. All right, Dougie, anything you want to say on your most loveliest of birthday?
Yeah, just thanks everybody for all the wishes and the love, and I'm feeling it. And just have a great day. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the commercials. And if that's not your thing, just enjoy the people that you're with today. Because really, that's really what the Super Bowl Sunday is about, is being together. So yeah, just enjoy that. And
I always thought that
Monday, and we'll be going hard after the Pig Boys. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I'm getting hungry too, man. All this talk of food and I can't remember who it was talking about baking bread, and I said I wanted to learn how to do it, and she said, "Oh, it's real easy. I see it on YouTube, like 3 ingredients or whatever. I just need to go and do it. I just haven't done it, but I love homemade bread. That's the thing, though. I probably don't need to, because I'll be getting fat again. All that weight I lost, I'll be gaining it all back on homemade muffins and homemade bread. And oh, I love homemade breads, man. That's yeah. I'm getting hungry now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
Damn
me
it,
too.
all this freaking
All right, guys. I'm not gonna do
bread
my
talk.
usual. I'm not gonna do my usual spiel. Dial 988 if you're in a mental health crisis. They really do help. Enjoy it, like you said. There's something for everybody with the Super Bowl. There's sports for the guys and women that like it. There's going to be a great halftime show for those who like that sort of thing. I'm really intrigued. I can't wait. I like Bad Bunny. There's commercials for those who don't like either. There's something for everybody in the Super Bowl. I hope you guys all enjoy yourselves. Dial 988 if you're in a mental health crisis. And other than that, Dougie, have a great, happy birthday. Everybody else, hope you guys have a great day. And we'll see you guys tomorrow because tomorrow's going to kick ass. I always thought it should be a national holiday the day after the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. All right, later, everybody. Have a great day. Love you all. Thank you to the mods, Fuzzy, CBF, and oh man, who else was in there? Buttercup. Thank you guys all so much for holding down the fort. And Cricket was in there earlier. You guys rock. CBF says Seahawks. Yeah,
Yep, that's right.
Can't
Go Hawks.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Seahawk fan because they beat us in the Super Bowl one year, but I'd much rather have them
Get
than
over it. Get over it, dude.
I can't get over it, man. 55-10 against the Niners.
Come on, man.
in the day,
It's a different day, man. It's the
I
Seahawks,
know.
man. They're playing against the freaking Patriots.
I know. Later, everybody. Have a great day. See y'all
And
tomorrow.
I'm sorry for those Patriot fans.
He's not sorry.
No, I'm not. Just Seahawks.
He can't stand the Patriots.
The Seahawks. And after the game, the party's over at Becky's house.
Yeah, exactly. Tamales, hopefully with less.
Yeah.
Less
She'll show you
Friday.
the real way to make tamales.
That's right. Later, everybody. Have a great day.